Greetings all and sundry, and welcome to this week's final installment of Theatre De Phe Nix, where a team of absurdly talented actors and comics take on one of the greatest works of literature, the Ace Attorney trilogy. If this is your first time watching Theatre De Phe Nix, I'm afraid I have some terrible news. It is our final episode, and we are wrapping up our final case, Bridge to the Turnabout. There's too much to explain here. A children's author was murdered. We thought it was a sister called Iris, but actually the Iris, there was a switcheroo at some point, and now Iris is her twin sister Dahlia, who's been dead for 5 years, I don't understand. No, she's been dead for a year. That's right. It's very hard to understand. There are programs if you want to look at them, and if you want to catch up on previous episodes, please do on the YouTube page. But after this, we've got a lot to get through, and let's just plow straight into it. The cast are ready as they'll ever be. And by that, I mean already 3 drinks in. And we'll see how it all plays out. So please enjoy our final ever Theatre De Phe Nix, Bridge to the Turnabout. Enjoy, everybody. February 10, 106 Pum District Court. Ladies and gentlemen, for the penultimate time, courtroom number 7!
Oh, come on, I got a picnic in my hamper.
Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness.
Yes? How can I help you, Mr. Judge?
Well, it seems as though never mind. It seems like if we're to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony.
I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown.
No, that's not what my job is.
No, trust me on this. Let me go.
In any case, no pun intended, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night.
All right. The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway.
Blink, blink, blink. So that means you really are.
Hang on, hold it, wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay?
Yep. You got a problem with that?
You know what I do. Look, don't give us that nonsense. Oh, Christ.
Watch yourself, Tride.
All right.
If you've got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's my rule.
Mr. Godot is correct. And by the way, it's my rule as well.
It's also known as the law, or proceedings.
Yes, so my rules.
To kill Maya? Could it be true?
Somebody turn that truck down.
Now, hold it before you speak.
I think
before that breath. You were executed last month, correct?
Yeah, we established this. She was hung and then shot while she was hung.
Right.
And then the body was put in the chair.
Oh, yes.
And also given an injection.
That's right. About 6 different ways I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant.
No, I can imagine, but how did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay?
Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. since I was on death row and she was my mother. It was actually pretty easy to meet with her, sort of communal areas.
No, there are rules to meet the family during, death row.
So that's when you discussed the plan.
Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter.
Christ, all to make Pearl Fay the master of Karain.
She's a cold, twisted bitch. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister, Misty, took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan.
A plan, huh?
The very same. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay.
Hold it. Just gonna wait patiently. And here we go. You're talking about Pearl Fay, is that correct?
Yeah, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us.
You and your twin sister Iris?
That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father.
Abandoned?
The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at the old temple.
Did you specify an old temple?
Yeah, don't want her in any of the new stuff.
You mean Iris?
Jesus Christ.
Yes. My father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go round, right?
Fewer, I think.
And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general.
I'm going out. I'll be back when you're 18. Ta-ra.
No, how horrible.
The real horrible one was that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Fay.
I thought it was midi-chlorians.
Hey, I know her.
She was born with an abundance of spiritual power. Unfortunately for her. Morgan Fay heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams to that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. But for it to work, my Fay would have to die first.
Hang on, hold it. Maya would have to die? But why?
You
Gary,
take
write
your
that down.
time.
That's a lovely rhyme. Yeah.
It's a terrible rhyme, and it sounds like you're Skyping in.
For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Poyle the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of. It's all kind of mafioso sort of plot.
Objection. But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that.
What is your wireless router? Is it a kettle?
She adores Maya.
How sad. You still don't get it, do ya?
I absolutely
What
don't.
Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of master. That's all.
Sam, that's ridiculous.
She was willing to sacrifice everything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter, and naturally, the life of Mayor Fay as well.
How could anyone do that?
Sorry.
That was a text. Yeah.
Sorry, I left my phone on. That's me.
It's the group chat's going
That's on me.
off.
Yeah, the group
Who's
chat.
sending
Sorry.
memes?
Is this the group chat I'm not part of?
Yeah.
For God's sake. And hold it. First of all, I want to be part of this group chat. And also, you were going to kill Maya.
Foyle didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was follow the instructions on the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job.
Phrasing.
In any case, you thought it. I didn't say it. I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me.
Are we still ruling out the Ghostbusters, sir?
Maybe not now.
So the plan was to blame your crime on your youngest sister. On Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it.
And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini.
I never would have guessed she was gonna return to Hazakura Temple that night. But, yep, she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway.
But why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place?
You're talking to a ghost!
I don't get it. I mean, she's your twin sister, isn't she?
Swish a swish. Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her.
Backstabber?
Yeah, she's not in the group chat either. You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway, the plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway.
Hang on, hold it. Hold it. You think the plan was a success?
You heard me, just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fey is dead. Now the title of master will be passed on to Pearl Fey.
Objection, that's me. That's absurd. Maya is just... She's sleeping, isn't she, Gary? She's just asleep.
Yeah, she's pining for the fjords.
Yeah. She's just trapped inside the sacred cavern.
Swishy swish. Really?
Trapped
You
inside
believe
the
that?
sacred cavern.
Yeah.
You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you, my darling Feeny?
Fiend? Oh, crap.
Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your
That's not nice.
sniveling naivete and your pathetic faith in other people.
Oh man, I hope the stenographer's getting this down.
Oh, hurt my feelings. I just want to know one thing. Why did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan?
And more importantly, what did you personally think of it?
Indeed.
Tell you how I thought of it. Swishy swish. I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of.
How did you feel of it? Look, and if that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya?
Phoenix, you're slowly pulling out a knife.
Gary, I swear to Christ.
You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are.
Ha! Oh, sorry, you were serious.
You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that.
So then tell me, why?
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman.
I think she's saying she's not like other girls.
I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction!
What did you say?
I shouted it, come
Sorry,
on.
I was tying my shoes. I didn't hear. But hang on. So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, She had her own orange reason for wanting Maya dead.
Do you understand why I would kill Mayor Fee now? What my goal was?
Right, let's give her a present.
Why are you in your bag?
I'm just trying to find you a present. Here we go. Objection.
What's a throwing knife?
Sorry, put that down. Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself?
Swoopy swish. As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore. I have been dead 6 or 7 times over. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge orangely against them either.
You wanted to take revenge on someone?
Is no one else going to point out that ghosts are real?
Yeah, we've moved past that, thank you.
I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Maya Fey. Mia Fey? Maya? How am I saying this?
Mia.
I say a bit of everything. Look, I somehow knew this was it.
I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up.
And the reason it was impossible? Was it perhaps because Mia Fey had already died?
No metaphor, Godot.
No,
Yeah, that's it, pretty much. And I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead. Shit on their graves!
And how do you do that? How do you shit on someone's grave?
Well, a lot of practice and a lot of fiber.
Even when the body dies, the spirit, the orange ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the poison that Nia Fey loved most. And shit on his grave, too. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one only way I could take my orange revenge against Nia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans.
Slam. Just for that? For that you would kill Maya Fey? But I'll say her whole name. Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey. Christ, I'm getting muddled up here, Gary.
Oh my god, could somebody make a cheat sheet for all the Fays?
That was the real one, was it?
I've brought oatcakes.
I love Pringles.
I'll have one of
You
those.
ghost.
Gordo, check this one out. As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh!
That's very good.
I like that, Judge.
Oh, that's really good.
Jake, what a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless.
Don't waste your time preaching to the dead.
Speaking
I've
of
already
preaching to
told
the-
you.
Could you mind clearing up some theological questions?
Yeah, sure. What you need? You want to have a conversation with the big man? Joking. There's 12 of them, split into 13 different pantheons.
Right.
I've already
so
told you there's not a thing you can do to me.
Pluriform theology. Right. Got it. Lovely.
Oh. Bloody chloroform theology.
At night, allow me to paint a picture.
Thank you.
At about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on the demon warden hood. Looks like a lemon peel, like when cats get lemons put on their head. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple.
So, it was Elise Doonin who channeled her after all.
That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. Look at her laughing. She left Mayor Fey at the inner temple. And then went back, clutching her poor old back. I'm not gonna shame anyone here. This is not okay. I don't like her, but
Excuse
she can
me,
do
the
what she likes.
Clangers versus the Soup Dragon is in courtroom number 6.
What did you do then?
That kid was easier to handle than I had hoped. I caught up with her in the front of the stone lantern. Then, something else happened. I took out the dagger that I got from the storeroom. Fade to red.
So then you're saying you stabbed Maya?
Who stabbed Maya? You stabbed Maya?
But not me.
You said that. It's strange,
I thought she was in the sacred cavern.
Isn't it, Feeny? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that.
Oh, how convenient. What does that mean? No orange clear memory?
Come on,
Have
I
you
want to see
seen-
someone go down for murder. We're all missing the
I.
football for this.
I'm ready for a hanging.
Listen, there are several cases of assault of the football.
I've already been hanged. I don't know. I think I orangely was stabbed.
You were orangely stabbed.
At the last minute, Maya Fay must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it.
Objection. That's not like her at all. No, Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork.
Good.
You might stab a chip, but never a French fry.
Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. But before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I had hoped it would cast suspicion on her.
I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end.
The second bitter end.
Yeah, indeed. The bitterest of ends.
That's when my memory temporarily stops.
It orangely
No,
stops.
temporarily. I don't actually have any memory of orangely killing Maya Fay with my own 2 orange hands. My very last memory was, I got a snack. Maya's terror-filled eyes. That's the one. I had that after the snack. I woke up after that. I was in I think it was the Orange Sacred Cavern, surrounded by darkness.
You were in the sacred cavern?
The entrance was sealed with one of these trick locks. Somehow, I had been trapped in there.
But how did you wind up in there?
I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fay was dead. And I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I'd killed her myself.
Okay, that is proof of the underworld. Is anyone else freaked out by this?
No, I tell you what, Brain freaks out as well.
For a ghost, you're one tough cookie.
What is the system for going to the underworld? Is there a heaven or a hell?
I wanted to get out of there and make sure that she was dead.
I can't stay here wasting my life. I'm gonna retrain as a civil engineer.
They're in the 8th circle, don't bother. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out of there.
The brick lock stopped you.
I didn't know how to remove it.
So then you're saying you were actually confined against your orange will inside this sacred cavern?
When there's an orange will, there's an orange way.
Yes. I wanted to get rid of that annoying locks as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted when I was working on it.
Interrupted?
It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall.
What? Who?
Slam. Could it have been Maya?
Nah, flicky swish. I thought the same thing. But I couldn't see. Couldn't
Why
smell her
not?
either.
Why couldn't you see?
If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge.
Oh, fair play.
You've never taken revenge on anyone, have you, Phony? So I
Not lately.
made sure to hide myself well back at the sacred cabin.
He hasn't needed to take revenge. There's only 2 kinds of things Phoenix hates.
And I've completely forgotten them. That morning, only 2 people got into the Oh,
Excuse me?
He said
he
that
said only
morning.
two kind of people could have got into the
That's
trading
right.
hall.
Oh, you
That's-
heard more than I did.
Like Maya and Pearls.
Those are the only two people.
Why are you
Supposed to be
showing me
listening
this?
again. Pearls went
tableau
there
stick?
to cover the hanging scroll in gravy.
That's right. That's an actual thing that happened.
Still, I finally managed to remove the lock. But I was too late.
What do you mean by that?
The flies had already started together.
The bridge had been fixed and the police had started their investigation, correct?
Naturally, I couldn't go out. So, instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up.
Lady Luck.
After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself.
The real Iris.
Oh, sorry. I was too busy looking at my own image. She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was all right. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and I got a feel for the situation.
It's almost a perfect description of human life.
And then I locked her away in my place. Oh, in my place, I understand. I didn't own that place. I had finally learned exactly what happened. It was then that I learned that the plan had actually succeeded.
What do you mean your plan had succeeded?
I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that summoned me, I had assumed that it was Pearl Fay.
Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions.
But I was wrong. The person that actually called my spirit back was this witch, Misty Fay, the picture book author.
What?
Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness at the garden, it was her body that was left lying there.
Christ almighty,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
graphic.
Ghosts
So is it like
are
a Christian
real?
denomination
I'm
of hell and
st-
heaven or what?
I'm still processing that ghosts are real.
Maya Fay, I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit.
Tax fraud?
Not picking up dog shit.
Oh, not picking up dog shit.
Matricide.
Oh, right.
When
I
you
see
shit
what
on a mattress in a hotel.
Bingo, Gabby. Bingo.
No way!
Oh, look at him now. He's on the ropes
Double,
again.
double,
Lost, I'll have an
Will he
old
pull
cake,
this
I
back?
reckon.
Order! Order in the court. What is the meaning of this?
It's true that I was the one who attacked Mia Fay. But even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fay's little life was none other than your darling little Maya.
Objection. Big slab. Ridiculous. That's nonsense.
Solid objection, sir.
Are you sure about that cogent argument you presented? Just think about it. There's even orange evidence supporting these facts, isn't there?
What? Shit. What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? I didn't know about any evidence.
The fact that Orange Maya Fay has orangely disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it?
Huh?
The idea that she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. she wasn't able to escape from the inner temple. That much is obvious. In that case, there is only one place you could be.
Where?
Do I have to spell it out?
Yes.
The orange bottom of the Eagle River.
No, spell it out, please. The stenographer
D-
is very
okay,
slow.
do it DBOTTOM.
Yes.
OF.
Wait 1 second. I've got the wrong glasses on.
Oh, Mildred.
Jesus, we're gonna be here all day.
Glasses on. Okay.
BOTT.
B
Yeah,
you,
nice.
You know what? Just say it and she'll catch up.
O.
Jesus, this guy. Can we get it? Is anyone else able to write it down? Maybe some jurors or something that can keep a.
I think we should just move on.
Where
In
else?
T.
Where else?
Eagle River.
O.
Maya Fey killed her long lost mother. Don't you dare. I can see you doing the first T.
Bottom. O.
Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River.
Oh, I hope she didn't. There's very strong currents there.
Most bodies that wind up there are lost forever. But it's a pretty rock and roll way to go. So, what do you have to say now, Feeny? Fee, fi, fo, Feeny.
Oh,
See something, you bloody moron.
Yeah,
well,
please,
I-
Mr. Lawyer, just come up with something.
Blink, blink.
Swishy, swish.
Well, it's not mine.
Oops. Sorry, that's my phone.
Go, Dot.
what kind of ringtone is that?
I think it's one of mine. Holy
I
shit.
think it is. Are you getting royalties?
He
for
bought
that,
it off
Gary?
my Bandcamp.
Yeah, it's very good. I was quite fond of that.
That phone
Righto
has
here.
Bandcamp.
Dot. Okay, thanks.
Was it something important?
They just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern.
Oh, that is important.
That's great. What about Maya?
There was a woman in the cave.
Was it Mayor Faye?
It was the accused, Sister Iris.
Huh?
Ugh.
Don't look so surprised. I told you this. I
You
locked her in there yesterday. I just got finished telling you that.
He has a terrible memory.
I do. What about Maya? Where is she?
There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern.
No, it can't be.
Swishy swish,
Don't know what
splishy
to tell you.
splash. I told you, didn't I? She's swimming with the fishes.
No, she hates fishes. No.
Oh my god, he did a proper no like they do in war
Is
films.
it inappropriate to ask her what hell's like?
Yeah, I just want to know if little Nas X is down there.
We've already established that it's pluriform pluralism theology, so everyone's correct. It seems
Feels like a cop out.
that this case has come to an end.
What type of end?
A tragic end.
The worst types of
It's
ends.
getting very Rocky Horror all of a sudden.
Sadly, it appears the killer of Elise Donixim,
Who?
Who's me?
also known as Meisty Faye, was her own daughter, Maya Faye.
Bollocks.
Overcome with guilt for what she had done,
Jesus Christ, here comes the Amdram.
Maya Faye jumped to her death into the raging waters of the Eagle River.
Very strong currents.
Do you have
Can't
someone
be.
in tonight for this? You invited an agent or something, Mr. Judge?
No,
I think Bruce Dessau's in.
Can't be.
Yeah, Bruce Dessau.
Hello, I'm Bruce Dessau.
Ah. Right. Have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the orange truth.
I think
Yeah,
you'll find the
talk
full
of-
quote is, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
Occam's razor. We've all heard that one. It's like,
No, Spock.
okay,
Spock says it. No matter how improbable it may seem, I'm fixing it now for some reason.
See, for some reason, I'm sort of
Even though I
surprised that
said
Goddo is a
impossible,
Trekkie.
now I'm,
But then I've just looked at what's on his face, and I don't know why I was surprised Goddo's a Trekkie.
do you know what? I'm going to indulge you. What is that supposed to mean? Prosecutor Godot?
According to this witness, Naife threw herself into the Eagle River.
Hmm?
Like a coffee. However, is that really the truth?
Huh?
Remember, this woman testified earlier that the Orange Bridge was already on orange fire when the murder was taking place in the garden. Which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, it must have been from the inner temple side, near the bridge.
That's right. That's
Me-
where she jumped from.
For some reason, I thought she was going to go, Meowth, that's right. I don't know why. Maybe it was the voice.
Coffee. But that's impossible. It's orangely impossible to jump into the river from there.
What?
You haven't looked at the fucking evidence, have you?
No, I've been
Don't
busy.
get your panties all twisted up, Trite. Just relax and think through the whole thing again.
God, I hate thinking. All right, turn the lights off, Gary. Right, so it's impossible, orangely impossible. Maya couldn't have thrown herself into the Eagle River.
Gavel! Sorry, I just got bored. Well, Mr. Rice, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Fay threw herself into the river from the inner temple side. In green, do you have any evidence that refutes that claim?
Get those teeny weenies out, Gary.
No. Do you know
Gonna need
what?
them
Do
here.
you know what? I'm going to go into the bag, take this,
Oh.
and show it to him.
All right, go on, look, take that.
Thank you, Mr. Synth Player.
It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side. No one knows that better than this witness, the one I'm pointing at.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. 11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river.
Case 4, true believers.
And I like to add to that, I did a sick flip on the way down.
Yes, you did. But look, just take a look at this overhead map. There you go. Just pop that on the easel. We're just focusing on the Eagle River bit. Look, as you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf where you can put your big rock books.
Isn't it a beach?
Oh. Ooh, you're right.
I am. And she wouldn't have reached the river if she had jumped off from there. Slam. In other words, if she had jumped, we should be able to see her body in this photo.
It's all very ghoulish, but also well done.
She had a wingsuit on.
Objection?
Ha! So you finally figured it out. I mean, I could have said that, but I decided not to for some reason.
You, no!
my
Don't
God.
send me back!
Oh my God, the
Not
ghost
this
is
time.
rattled.
Sour cream and chive.
Order!
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 You're just playing with me. Maya Faye's body is at the bottom of the Eagle River. There's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding.
Ha! Miss Hawthorne. Have you ever heard this one before?
Two
Right, I'm gonna
peanuts
do
were
one
walking
now.
down an alleyway.
Once you eliminate the impossible,
Oh, you're doing this, are you?
whatever remains.
however
must be
improbable,
the
must be the
truth.
truth. Yeah, there's another bit to that. The
He's
impossible.
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to hear that, Trite.
Yeah, it's a quote from Herlock Sholmes.
Yeah, I heard that just now.
Well, Mayor Fay wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We now know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River.
Correct. That eliminates all the most likely possibilities.
Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be.
What? What is this one orange possibility you're talking about?
That's obviously a bluff. So, where's the dead body then?
Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place.
Oh, really, sir? How about you take the next one?
All right then. Normally, the orange living have no way to punish the orange dead. But I think there is a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate orange punishment.
Don't you dare shit on my grave.
Shall I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Shall I tell you about this orange punishment? Shall I tell you where Maya is this very instant? Mayor Fay is teeny weeny. She's in this very courtroom is where she bloody well is.
Shut your dick hole, Phoenix.
I will not shut my dick hole. There's only one more possibility, namely, she's right here in this very courtroom.
Everyone check under your seats.
Oh shit, I've got a life
You'll find
jacket
your
under
feet.
here. What's
Mayor
this
Fay is
speaker?
here.
Who says she's here in my courtroom?
Oh my god.
I don't
Oh
see
my god, I
anything.
found a 50p.
I found a golden ticket.
Lovely pair of
I found a
Birkenstocks.
bear.
Dahlia Hawthorne. I seem to recall you said. I misunderstood one thing, you see.
Is no one going to address that there's a bear up here?
Honestly, I'm more distracted by the bear in the stalls. Please, we need to
Right, they're allowed to be here.
Oh, is this bear friendly?
I think there's one more thing you misunderstood.
That's right.
What do you mean? I'll tell you something. For free. You can have it.
At the
Yeah, right
very
now.
moment. Right now. Who is challenging Dahlia Hawthorne?
Wait, why? That's so obvious. It's Poyle Fay, that pathetic little sniveling runt.
No, you're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't bloody do it.
I've never failed at channeling someone. It's the first time it's happened.
Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
Doubt. It could happen if someone else was already channeling to same spirits.
Wow, Poyle sounds like every fantasy dwarf. Someone called me before Poyle did, but who?
Pearl's even tried again on the day after the crime, it says here. But she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right about now, am I correct?
I've been hurt.
Slam. Oh, it wasn't Pearls that channeled you.
Why are you
There
going
was
into your
someone
bag?
who called you before she could.
Come on, sir.
Oh,
Stick the
And
landing.
it was,
Stick the landing.
get those teeny weenies out. Where are they? I swear I bought them. They're somewhere here. There we go. Take that. This is an easy one.
Was it?
Pearls couldn't do it, and Misty Faye's gone. There's only one possibility left.
Come on already! I can't stand the tension.
You can't stand the tension. I'm sitting next to a bear.
No, that's my bear. It's fine. It's trained.
It's bear friendly apparently in here.
Dahlia Hawthorne.
Was that the bear?
I think that was the bear.
The person channeling you right now must be Mayor Faye.
Wait, what?
Oh my god, layers upon layers upon layers.
Double.
Jesus, get the bear out of here!
But how could that be? Remember that this witness, Dahlia Hotone, said about her goal.
You're doing it on
She said
purpose.
that her goal was to kill Maya Fey.
Yes, that's right.
She said,
But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that was orangely trying to kill her,
well, Gramps, what would happen?
you just look. Could it be that you don't call me Gramps one time?
No.
Looks like you finally understand, Your Honor.
Thank you for calling me Your Honor.
Well, I don't. What are you going on about?
What I'm going on about is the reason Maya challenged and channeled you. And
Maya's
there's only
challenging
one
me?
reason.
You've been drinking
I'll
with
take
Bikini
this.
again, haven't you?
Shush, Gary, to protect herself from you.
To protect herself from me.
Yep, that's the exact sentence he said. Slower. Yep.
Yep, the full sentence.
Yes, on the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing.
And it's disgusting.
Killing Maya Fey.
That is disgusting.
The path to the inner temple was closed off and there was nowhere for her to run. So then the problem became, where would be the safest place to hide?
Oh, shit. You mean that's when she channeled me?
All along, you thought you had been channeled by pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you.
No, don't say that.
Oh my God, she's gone a bit ringu, hasn't she?
You're saying that I was played for a fool by that little whelp? Maya Fey killed herself. Isn't it obvious?
Objection. Sorry, but no. It would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. This was the only avenue to escape open to Maya. I said that completely wrong, that
Yeah, you
sentence,
did,
but let's
didn't you?
carry on. I think I muddled up every word. The only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple.
I don't believe you. A stupid little Goya like that who has never been out in the real world. She could never have come up with a plan like that. Who could ever given her such a brilliant idea?
Well, me, of course. Oh, no, not me. Maya!
No, Mia! It's Mia!
Mia!
What up, bitches?
Mia Fey?
She looks pretty good
That's
for a
right.
dead bitch.
Got my name right that time, didn't you? Been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh my God,
Oh my
another
God.
ghost!
What is going on?
The
tits are back.
They are.
This is Melanie.
So it's true. It was you.
That's right, baby.
You're something else. Or a
I'd
ghost.
recognize those big mommy milkers anywhere. But what are you doing here?
That hair. It's. Oh, that's not me.
Hey, but it is pearls, right?
It is. Thanks for noticing.
You're welcome.
Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back to that night one more time. That's it.
Yes, miss.
I'll paint you a picture. You had just cornered Maya in the inner temple's garden. And then, in the final moments of the fight, you orange lost consciousness.
My fate to red, miss.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I was stabbed by Maya Fey.
Actually, Orange Maya lost orange consciousness at the same time as you. How convenient.
He did. I mean, I thought we already established this, but I'm still confused.
I mean, not terribly surprising, considering she was about to be killed.
He gets it. When she woke up, she was in the training hall. There she is, see? That's when Maya decided she needed help. So she channeled me. She explained in a memo the situation she was in.
Memo.
That's right. She asked me what I thought she should do.
So we're saying that we're harnessing contacting the afterlife so that we can read each other's post-its.
That's
Oh,
right.
she did that. I can't believe it. I won't believe it. I can't believe it.
Of course I didn't have all the details. Of course. But one thing was perfectly clear.
And that was?
I'm so glad you asked. I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free.
Free? What do you mean?
Free? But thank you.
I know you're both interested. It was a race against time, so I wrote down 2 things that Maya had to do. Number 1, Orange channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible. And number 2, Orange lock herself in the sacred cabin until help arrives.
So it was Maya who put that lock on there.
That's right, Phoenix. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, but why did you order her to do those 2 things?
Hey, if she hadn't done that, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else, Orangely. By one Pearl Fay, Orangely.
Post? Sorry, I just dropped my cup.
Sorry, I don't understand all this channeling business. So essentially, you're the equivalent of like a turducken, but of women?
Is it
The hell?
a bear?
That's the bear again.
Jesus fuck! Let me out! Oh, I'm already dead. It's fine.
You're already dead, honey. Yes, Pearl didn't properly understand the plan. So all she was trying to do was follow her mother, Morgan Fay's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly. Now where's that fucking bear?
But that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Fay to kill Maya at all costs. But I gather
No, it certainly sounds like that was the intent all along.
How dare you? I won't forget this.
Why not admit it, Dahlia Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure.
Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say?
Damn, that's really mean. What do you mean another in orange?
Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure.
What? How dare you?
Burn.
11 years
Fuck
ago,
up here.
says here, back when we had very old cameras, the fake kidnapping, your very first crime.
Why is it in sepia? This was a few years back.
Indeed. Filters were all the rage back then, but look, you've got your hands on a $2 million diamond. But after Terry Falls, Jesus Christ, escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed.
Shut your damn dirty mouth. That wasn't my fault. It was because of that stupid oaf prisoner that a weakling of a policewoman.
Oh dear, I do apologise. It is very laggy on my end. And then, 1 year later, you tried to kill me. And that's not on.
Oh, come on.
No,
Let it
that's not
go.
on.
There
No,
are two
seriously,
kinds of people, Phoenix Heights.
Well, I'm still alive, but
Wah, wah, wah.
you end up killing someone else. As a result, you were sentenced to death
Multiple times.
and had your little umbrella taken away.
Yeah, that was the real kick in the dick. I love that thing. Who's got it now? If Mia's got it, I'll flip.
It's
I
one
burnt
stupid
it.
move. It's one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny, all right?
You wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off of your face.
I'm trying, but I'm failing. And now this. You've messed up again. You let Maya Faye escaped,
Oopsie doopsie, you muffed it up again.
even though she was right there in front of you.
Ah, you fucking little bastard. Mia, Maya, Faye, Mia, Maya? Which one? Which is it? Is it Mia or Maya? How am I saying these names? You spinster. I was supposed to
Dare
kill.
you calling me a spinster?
Yeah, you weathered old hag. I could carry my shopping in your eye bags, you bitch.
Hey, I'm sorry, but who has the great rack? I'm sorry, do you have tits? I don't know. I can't see anything.
Okay. We're doing surface level. No, I don't got titties. You know what I also don't got? Back pain, bitch. I was supposed to kill Maya Faye like I swore I would.
Oh, not me.
Oh, damn. And if only you hadn't
Yeah,
gotten
pay
this.
attention, honey.
I was distracted by how much I want to fucking curb stomp you. And if I hadn't gotten this spiky head jerk the guilty verdict, I wouldn't have been hanged to death.
True, I guess.
Exactly.
But I think you'll finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. I'll keep saying your name so you really know who I'm talking to. Because I can say your name. You will never defeat me.
What? Wait, shut. What did you just say?
I said, whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me.
You, me, the River
As
Styx,
long
gladiator
I'm
symbol. We
around,
go.
sweet cheeks. You're destined to lose for all of eternity. I own this place, bitch.
You fucking, I'm gonna rip your titties off and stuff them down your throat.
You can try, yeah, with those little
Bloody hell, look, I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there was no way we could punish you because you were already orangely dead, of course.
Banabavigal River.
What about it?
Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever.
That's very true, Dahlia.
You're quick off the mark?
And that's exactly the orange punishment you'll never be able to escape from. For all of eternity, you'll have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh no, that's so sad. And miserable. A miserable, pathetic creature who can never win at anything. Oh. And for you, there is no escape from that. No hope of freedom. You are you forever. Since the day you were executed. And the narrow bridge, I'm not even done yet. The narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp.
Oh shit, she's taking her earrings off.
You, someone hold my place. Someone take this fucking conch I got around my neck. You're wrong. It can't be. No, how could I? I'm gonna take your arms and twist them clean off your body.
It no longer matters. You don't need those arms.
Hey, cry me a river and jump in it, yeah?
I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now. Come on.
Oh, it stings. Oh, it's fizzy. It fizzes in all the wrong places. It's on fire. I'm on fire. I'm aghast. I'm changing states. My atoms are splitting from each other. My God. What the fuck? I'm not ready to finish this cat fight.
Oh. Off she goes.
I am a Bunsen burner.
Yes.
Are you having a vision or something? Because it looks like you just witnessed something really dramatic.
Oh yeah, no. So just thinking whether I bought a parking ticket for the car park.
Nick? Sis? Maya?
Oh, she's off again.
Oh,
What the fuck?
oh,
Oh,
oh my God!
she's
There's a
got-
girl on the floor, and the
I know
bears.
first aid. I know first aid.
Now then, I assume you are the real Iris.
Oh yeah, the real Iris is here. The real Iris has been here the whole time.
Yes, I was just rescued from the sacred cavern. Has anything happened?
No, nothing happened. But I must say that you and your twin sister are indeed identical, from what I can see. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up.
Wouldn't that be perfect?
Mr. Godot, what happened to Dahlia Hortone?
You ask me, Your Honor. It looks like she went back to hell. The hell she came from, that specific hell.
It seems that Miss De Phe wasn't the only victim of this crime. The Yafe, as well as the young Piralfe, were also victims of this wicked and selfish plan.
Yes, Your Honor.
The tragedy of Medium Valley has finally come to an end.
Medium Valley.
Medium Valley. Is someone going for a
So-
book deal?
That's not what we're going to call it, sir.
It's part
It
of the
would be
valleys, that's why
best.
we're all Welsh.
It would be best for everyone if nobody wrote the novel before I do. And if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit again.
Oh, I really wanted to write that book, but Your Honor,
Yes, what is it?
about this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept now.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, to be frank, my
Is that your
younger
name?
brother is quite judgmental. He often
Frank Judge.
Huh? He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. And that's why I made a concerted effort to study up on the Korean channeling technique.
Hey, isn't that the New Year's issue of Occult?
That's right. Occult magazine. Did you forget about that?
Fuck me.
I've seen quite a few things in my many years on the bench.
Name three.
Well, there was that one parrot that testified.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
There was the guy with the bubble sort of flower that seemed to speak for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the clown.
That
Clown.
was a strange one, you have to admit. And then there was the whole case where that guy seemed to be a tiger, but he was also a human. Was he a lycanthrope? It was never cleared up. And if there can be lycanthropes, I've learned this one thing. There can also be spirit mediums. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will.
Feels like a retcon.
In order to fully understand that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely.
What, like watching a stream every week for a year and a bit?
A stream or river, the deep end of the pool, and that's where my brother and I used to live.
Never thought of it that way.
He preferred the river. Gavel! At any rate, it's time to pass judgment in the case of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
For God's sake!
Ah, Godot.
You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Godot?
This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what he means.
This trial.
Thank
Oh,
you,
right.
Alex.
Someone said it for me. That's how good I am as a ghost. That's
Yo,
how
what?
good.
What was that accent you were doing,
I
Maya?
don't know. It was another
Alec Guinness, I
spirit.
think.
I was
Right.
busy having a drink.
Remember what Miss Evil's spirit said in her testimony?
Huh? Who's? Oh, Dali from just 5
That's who
minutes
I was
ago.
referring
Are we really
to,
having
yeah.
a flashback to
The
Dahlia's
evil- the
testimony
evil
right
spirit. There she is.
Sorry,
We remember this. It's
Yeah, I was
fine.
caught up in front of a stone lantern. That's what I was going to say. And then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom, and yippity snip, I fucked it. Needless again, it's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that.
Is he really going through this again? Didn't I
Oh,
just?
we are. Yeah,
explain?
Maya, I can still hear you. You can shut your dick, okay?
Whoa. Hey.
Did you want
My
me to
turn.
read
I'm sorry.
it?
I'm sorry. Did you just say shut? Okay.
Did you want me to read it back?
Did you want me to
Mildred.
pick my mic up and then drop it again for you? Because I can make that happen. All right. Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya, I've said this. She was stabbed and Orange killed by someone.
Yes, that's right. I suppose we should get to the bottom of that.
The person that was ultimately killed was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. Lee Stoneham. No. Misty Faye. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it. I've just been standing here for about an hour.
Shit, this is
Oh.
Oh
over.
my god, it's not
Where's
over.
that
The
bear?
bear is still
I
here.
really love the smell of coffee. Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until there is evidence that proves her innocence.
No way. Oh, come
But
on.
this court isn't prepared for any further testimony, are you, Mildred?
What?
I gotta slam down my coffee cup. The prosecution is ready to call our final witness. We don't
Did
care what
anyone
you
else
say, Judge.
See what color that coffee is?
Final orange witness.
This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye.
Ah, indeed.
Yeah. Is it really all right, Mr. Prosecutor? Really?
Of course it's all right, Madam Attorney.
I like the way
Very
you said
well
that.
then. Who is this final witness?
Pam.
Isn't it obvious? There's one person who saw the whole event and will put the final dagger in this case.
That's not a phrase. Someone who
okay.
stole the
The
orange
final dagger, first
fucking
dagger, the middle
nail.
dagger, the final dagger.
nail in the coffin.
No, the final dagger. You have many daggers. The story of the goose with the daggers.
Did you want me to read
final
that
dagger.
back?
No,
No.
no, it's fine. We'll just
For
carry
God's
on.
sake, Mildred, no.
And the very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes.
You mean Maya? No, you can't. No, she can't testify after what she's been through.
I can't get over the smell of coffee. We need to find the truth. The prosecution calls Maya Faye to the witness stand.
At least this coffee
Oh my
is...
god.
She's all
An
right.
exercise.
Right, gavel. Very well. Very well. But first, we'll take a brief recess, yes? Our time's off 10. We have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial.
Hey, try it. I've got something to say to you, so listen up.
What was that? Oh, what was it?
I don't think much of you as a lawyer.
Oh, thanks.
It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case.
I mean, it's bang on. It's a bang on assessment.
It pretty much is.
Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you.
You think I'm beautiful?
Hey, you've got some nerve.
I mean, you're dead, but yes.
Oh, that's so cute.
But that's not going to happen this time. Bam. This time you're going to have to do this by yourself.
Oh
I
my
said,
god.
what are
we're
you doing
doomed.
later?
Oh no.
Are you doing something later? Maybe?
I mean, you're in the
Mia,
body
stop
of a,
being so
of a-
thirsty.
of a-
Right,
you're in the
that's
body of a
enough.
7-year-old child, so I don't think it's
I've had
entirely
enough.
ethical.
This court is in recess.
Jesus, stop cramping my style, Gary. Don't cock block me.
February 10th, 256 Pum District Court, defendant lobby number 1.
truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me.
I wasn't really.
But I was missing all day and we didn't even have a chance to talk. And
She's right. When I met Iris at the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern.
I wanted to at least be in the defendant's box today to root you on. Did anything happen?
Oh, bloody tons, mate. Look, it wasn't your fault, though. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you. Why did you help your sister out as much as you did?
Huh?
If you had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday, you wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there.
My sister, I felt sorry for her. Her dead ghost. She was abandoned by our mother and never got any love from our father either.
Doesn't excuse the behavior, but go on.
Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it?
Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me.
I would rethink that relationship immediately.
Nope, I won't. If only Dahlia had come with me to Hazakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her.
Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago?
In the olden days!
Yes, when everything was sepia-colored. I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Because of that, Dahlia's half-sister, Valerie, ended up...
That was the case that wounded Maya so badly. Sorry, I was distracted by the newish car and the old sepia. Anyway.
Let's not think about it.
Oh no, I read
let's
about
not think
that
about it.
case. The court-appointed synth player had a heart attack and died.
Did he really?
Yeah, Harry. He was a good
Oh
man.
dear.
So sad. But things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder.
Some people? You must mean...
Yes, 2 defense lawyers. Mia Fey and Diego Armando. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth, Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You.
That's right.
Yeah, that happened to you.
Yeah.
Remember?
11 years ago. Iris. There's one more thing that I have to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
Well, where'd you get that delightful dress? Because that's brilliant. But also, on the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, Elise Doonim, was it really you?
First of all, I got it from Uniqlo.
Thought so.
Secondly, yes, it was me. It ruined my Uniqlo dress. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone.
Why does everyone have the same cell phone?
It's Nokia, it's strong.
And what were they saying on that cell phone?
They were saying there's a problem, come to the inner temple right away.
Right.
Just like that.
Speaking to Beaker.
We have a strong friendship.
Right.
I got on the snowmobile and headed for the inner temple. But
It was summer.
lightning flash.
Oh, so now you acknowledge that lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire.
Exactly.
Oh, thanks for taking that, Gary.
I'm sorry, it was getting right on my tits.
We can't just leave the body here, they said. All right, I said. Let's do this as you said.
And the phone told you to do it.
Yes, a Nokia brick phone.
Don't put the
Right.
phone on the stand, Phoenix.
It was me. The one that received her body. The murder weapon had orangely been left in her body so she wouldn't bleed too much. The staff that Mystic Elise always held.
I knew it. So, the actual murder weapon was the staff.
Yes, that's right. I just said that. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on the snowmobile.
Panning shot of the statue. Oh, when it's the murder victim. But why? Why did you alter the body?
I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye.
Can't get the staff these days.
Hmm.
So I dressed her in a robe and stabbed her with the shishito. I wiped the blood off the staff blade and left it next to her on the ground.
Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone. The real Orange Killer.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I don't know why I'm choosing to be coy right now, but I can't do it. I can't say who did it.
You're on trial for murder!
I'd listen to Gary. It'd be a good idea. Look, I see. I have trouble naming things myself, but
Defendant,
add that
yeah, that's
stuff
right,
to me,
baby. I'm back.
so I bring it
Defendant,
in.
Oh, yes?
the judge is calling you. He wants to see you in his chambers.
Oh, no.
He has some
Ooh.
questions about Dahlia Hawthorne.
All right. Cool, I guess. Well, then, I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
All right.
There's something I want to tell you later, but not right now.
Okay, but like, hang on. So if she wants to tell me, can you?
Secret.
I mean, you can tell me now. Oh, she's
Okay,
gone.
bye.
All right, see ya. Oh Christ, so it's true. Iris cooperated with the real Orange Killer. Maybe even from the very beginning.
Phoenix,
Yeah,
have you seen that
Maya.
Gatto guy anywhere?
I haven't. I think he's in the toilet. But how's Maya doing?
Oh, well, physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case.
I see.
Where would she rank it alongside being accused of murdering you when we first met her?
Oh, that's such a good question, Gary.
And also being kidnapped by a hitman.
Yes, that's also true. She's had some experiences in her young life. Yes, I think this one's pretty high, about like in the middle somewhere, I think.
You don't mean she's learnt who Elise Doonin really was?
Oh, yes, that. Yeah, she has. I went to the medicinal office and talked with her. So I told her everything I knew. I literally just blurted it all out.
I say, Maya, but why?
You told Maya that the person she's accused of killing was her mother, who went missing over a decade ago.
Listen, when you say it like that, it sounds pretty bad. Okay, I know, I get it when you say it like that, but she's stronger than you think.
Yeah, but there's limits, you know?
I know. Well, look, hey, I knew she could take it. She's my sister. I knew, I've been through stuff too. It's not all about her.
But what do you mean by that?
I mean, I want you to figure that answer out by yourself. Now, where is that Gatto? The trial is about to restart, okay? And I need to ask him, the real killer, do you know who it is yet?
I do.
Gary does.
I mean, well, Gary wouldn't tell me, and neither would Iris, but who'd called her. But I think that just maybe I know who it was.
Oh, do you? How about you
Little
tell me
inkling.
during the break, mate? How about you tell me during the break?
Yeah, all right, maybe I will. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go on.
And the criminal wasn't just there by accident,
Oh.
which means that the killer orangely knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning.
And one more thing. The victim has moved to the Hazakura temple side by pendulum. In other words, because, in case you didn't get that, the criminal Orange couldn't cross the bridge.
Because it was struck by lightning and it caught on fire.
Gary's on it. Bingo. That means they were struck on the inner temple side for almost an entire day.
Exactly. So the criminal was someone that wasn't in Hazakura temple the following day.
That's as much help as I can give you. They're all onto you. They know that I come here and you think, you say all this stuff and I turn up and tell you everything. And maybe one day it's the last day, okay? So the rest of the battle is yours to win or lose.
Okay. Right, now I've got it. Thank you, Mia.
You're welcome. Now I need to get rid of this baby hair. I need to find that Godot guy before I have to go back.
Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Misty Faye?
Can you
Whoever it was, I have to prove it.
give me some privacy while I try and transition back?
Oh,
'Cause
sorry, you know what?
here
Yeah,
is
of course. Look,
awkward.
me, all by myself. So I'll just step away.
Bye, thank you.
Well, pretty intense stuff. I think we can all agree. Let's go straight into the interval. And when we come back, the final ever part of La Theatre de Phe Nix. We're going to wrap this trilogy up. See you in a bit. Greetings again, all and sundry. I hope you enjoyed that. The last interval. It's a sad time. It's a sad time. It's that you could feel the post-show blues starting to creep in. And you've sort of decided which cast members are going to bang each other at the after show. It's a really magical time. And of course, the crew are still outside smoking. We have to sort of try and rally them in. Anyway, the final part of La Theatre de Phe Nix is about to unfurl when we discover the real murderer of Elise Donim. Enjoy. February 10th, 3:36 p.m. District Court. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, for the very last time, it's courtroom number 7!
Hey, oh, that's great news. I'm glad to be back.
This one
My
lets
old
bears in as well. I brought
Gavel.
3 of them.
Gavel, now then, before we proceed any further, I am going to announce the results of the Welsh Turkey football match for the stats, of course.
Yes, please.
2-0 for Wales. There was a fight broke out. It was a very entertaining match. Would go back and watch it if you can.
Got Wales. Aaron Ramsey, I believe.
What about
Ramsey scored a screamer, and then there was a brilliant setup from a corner from Gareth Bale.
What about the
Lovely.
tests? You sent away some
but
tests.
also, yeah, the test.
Oh yes, the test. Yes, test. On the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree, of course.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I totally forgot about that. Shit.
I'm not fucking surprised.
That's the weapon that Mayor Fay used when she fought with the victim.
So, what are the results? Was it the victim's blood or... red
Due
pen?
to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood.
Oh my
God,
God, we have
twist
such
it. I love to see it.
Very thick Ribena.
Gavel, gavel. That is all. Now then, let's restart the trial.
Hang on, so it wasn't Orange Misty's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it? Right, don't worry about this, Judge. I'm just going to keep that.
I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but...
Just assume the defense has no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. This trial is rapidly, I emphasize the word rapidly, coming to a close.
Do you want me to write that down?
No.
Right,
Both sides will need to show firm evidence with their claims.
Oh, Christ. I understand, Your Honor. Gary, I have no firm evidence.
Why are you
From
looking
what
at me?
I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So let's finish this quickly.
Yes, well, so am I.
Nod. I agree. Agreed.
You're a twink. We all know it.
Absolutely agreed.
Gavel. Pretty well. Please bring in the last witness.
Witness, please tell us your name and profession.
Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law offices.
You're assistant to the manager at Wright & Co. Law offices.
Yeah, Gary, I was going to tell you about that. Mayor.
According to the magazine I have here.
Occult magazine?
Yes, Occult magazine. You're an orange spirit medium of the Kurain channeling technique.
I'm frightened. The Fey clan. I don't want any more to do with it.
Oh, Mayor. The pain the Fey bloodline causes must be unbearable.
Very well. Now then, Ms. Fey, when the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple. And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Dokes-Nim's murder. Is this correct?
I didn't see any...
Objection. Straighten up this moment, young lady.
Huh?
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
Hey, Mayor, don't listen to him. I never speak clearly. So...
But I...
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes.
Wow.
There's nothing you can do to change that fact.
Jesus, mate.
But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen?
Gavel! Witness! Godot, I swear to God, this is my job. Witness, if you please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I was passing through the garden on the way to the spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness.
So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been this staff.
Slam. Mayor, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Mayor, think hard, unlike me.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone.
There
What
are no
is?
good nights for that.
Well, yeah, I was about to say,
asshole.
what is a good
Bloody hell.
night for young
I
ladies?
mean,
to be
that was a
walking-
particularly bad one.
It
Okay.
seems it
I
will
would
be
point it
hard.
out, you know.
Yes, thank you, Godot. It seems it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination.
Maya, hang in there, mate. She doesn't look well at all. She needs an ibuprofen or something.
I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against a stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!"
Hang on, hold it. You think you screamed, but you're not sure?
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark. I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? A bear? I had no idea. I
Three
was
geese
scared
in a
out of
trench
my
coat?
wits.
A camera, TV? Believe me, dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
Excellent.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought it was my last hope.
Wow, sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? I don't know. Fuck it, I will. Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff?
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said my last hope.
Huh? What? I said what?
Look, you're facing an attacker that you couldn't see, and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me!" That's what you screamed.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough, but you also testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens?
Oh, Christ, Maya's not doing so well up
Perjury?
there.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was a person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help.
Bloody hell. What is it now?
Sorry, I was just starting my motorbike. Sorry.
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh? What?
Witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another orange person.
I am. Well, I meant to keep that part a secret. Ugh, what have I done?
Testify the truth.
Wow. It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. I'd say that. That's what I always say.
Do you
In these
always say
specific
that?
situa- all the
You
time.
always say that?
A ton of
You know,
pressure.
he is in the lawyer's lounge constantly saying it.
It does. It takes a lot of pressure to make it. It's most fascinating fact about diamonds, actually. Anyway, you're in a court of law here. You can't make things up to try to hide things in this chamber.
Gavel!
Do it, but you shouldn't.
Go dot, that's enough about diamonds. Witness, the information you've just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony.
I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern. Yeah, that one.
Objection. So, there was a man standing behind your attacker.
Yeah.
That man. He's the orange killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Stoney, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. Your mum. Naya, we found her.
The killer.
Maya. You know who killed your orange mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
Shake my head. To be frank, Your Honour, I think she is in shock and quite confused.
What,
I
you're
thought you were
Frank now?
pleading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Who
Frank.
is Frank?
Well, you were frank. Look, that's why she hasn't noticed the huge orange problem with her testimony.
What do you mean? What problem?
Mayor, on the night of the crime, it says here that the stone lantern was out of orange commission.
Yeah, they hadn't picked it up for another series.
I know, it was a terrible shame.
Huh? What?
Yeah, look, the producers, network execs didn't like it, and it's true. But Slam, there's no light anywhere in the garden that night.
Oh.
No green light, definitely.
Oh, it's a beautiful expression. I'm going to have that stitched onto a pillow.
Mm.
No!
Oh, I don't know. This
Oh my God,
is all over the
Jesus
place.
Christ,
Gavel,
the best in
order! Order in the gourds. Mr. Godot, explain this.
And the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee, stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe all day.
Cafe au lait. Is that even legal?
Ah, from the
Wasn't
Olays
legal.
of
What are you
County
talking
Cork.
about?
Yeah, there we go.
Mmm. Mr. Tride's words are the milk, and you are the spoon, Your Honor.
I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know.
You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now.
I want everyone to
Talk
go
about the
home,
spoon.
open a dictionary, and flip to the word trauma.
It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that.
Objection. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it, mate.
What did you say?
Said it's not going to cut it, mate. Look, if there
Oh,
was
sorry,
truly
thanks.
no light in the garden, then I can hear it tapping away. There we go. Then there's a fatal orange contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony.
Nick?
My...
No, Maya. Her name's Maya.
There we go. Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman or an adult or a child or a bear. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her, and she quite clearly described him as a man. Yes, man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually orangely saw our mystery person.
Oh, it would have been so badass if you got it right first time.
Yeah, I know. Despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of the attacker in front of her.
No.
Everyone's screaming no today.
Gavel. Order. What in the world does this mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Fay saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Objection. Trite, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen it in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene.
Objection. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to orangely cover for him.
Cover? For the man that killed her mother?
There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. I love a rhyme.
Clearly.
Love a rhyme, Frank. Look, you orangely know who this man is.
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you.
Ah. You talk a good game, Trite. But let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so with that, what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't. Please stop.
Gary, is this good? I don't... Anyway, Maya is dead set on protecting this guy.
You're on your own, mate.
The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, goddammit. An officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth. I added that second bit.
Gavel. All right, Mr. Wright. Time to show us what you've got.
Oh,
Show
Christ.
him what you've got.
Who was the green person that you say Miss Fay saw in the darkness?
All right, go on, present. Because it was pitch black, Miss Fay was able to recognise the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes?
What? And how do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy, mate. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
All right, who am I stabbing?
No, Gary, don't. It's fine.
Orange conditions?
Yeah. Frank, the defence officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off.
All
Gary?
of the lights?
Yeah, all of them. Hey.
In here?
There we go.
What? But it can't be!
That was a nice bit of deduction. Right.
Oh, lovely dimmer. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw in the night of the murder.
I can't believe it. Let's go.
Gavel!
Now the bear's sitting on me.
Order! Even the bear is being quiet. Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Surely, you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Ah. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Gatto's rules. Gatto's rules of court.
Well, Maya, how about it, mate? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing bright orange lights?
There are 3 lights.
I'm afraid the trial for Q is in the other room.
No, I'm sorry.
Mr. Picard. Yes.
I'm terribly sorry. I can see that you're otherwise engaged.
God damn it! He gets me every time.
You're wrong. I never saw that.
Maya.
I'm sure I'm saying something, but I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different orange reason.
Okay, can I object now?
What?
What the hell is going on?
Gavel again! Witness, Mr. Wright, is it the...
Stop your chattering, Your Honor.
Well, I guess you didn't call me Gramps, so I'll shut up this time.
Good. If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. I've already said this, but I'll say it again.
All right. Gavel,
Gatto's rule
but
57.
no reason. No. Oh, it was a reason. Gavel. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Go, Dot. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I
you
think
tell him,
that,
Frank.
Sometimes I think that the judge is just a messy bitch who lives for the drama.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but... When I came to, I was just lying there on the training room floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all of the snow around Stone Lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
Whoa. So. Oh, I don't know how to feel about that one. It was after the crime took place that the witness came to think that the killer was a man. Let's
Yeah.
focus on that fact.
That's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
No. No need to apologize. It's as Mr. Godot said. you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described,
Solid jump in from Goddo.
it doesn't seem to be too much of a stretch. No, actually, I don't know. Are there women powerlifters? Is that a thing?
Yeah, there are.
Yes, I follow one on TikTok. She's awesome.
And what about women stage managers or just people who have to move?
Yeah,
things?
absolutely. Yeah.
They exist.
I think
I'm
that's a
one,
thing,
actually.
Right. There's one in the crowd. A Welsh lady over there. No, well, I think it is a stretch to assume they're a man. Yes, gavel. Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination, but be careful about sexism, yes?
Yep.
Should have told him
Will do,
that
Frank.
3 games ago.
When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. Torches were lit, the body was gone.
Hold it. The torches were lit.
Yeah, that's how I noticed that the whole scene had changed.
I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be?
Solid deduction.
The killer probably lit them, since it would be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Just the one thing. Why did the killer go to all the effort of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be the only person that was in the inner temple, Bloody Orange Mayor.
Very well. Let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene.
And all the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too.
Hold it. So, you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow? It looked really odd. It did look really odd. The snow was removed in an unnatural-looking rectangular shape around the lantern. Very unnatural.
There were a lot of shovels around the inner temple,
Can't move for them.
but they're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use.
An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away? It melts.
Well,
it becomes very
yeah.
wet. I've tried it.
There's one thing I can think of, though. Sorry, didn't you say that a lot of the victims' orange blood sprayed onto the snow?
Were you about to say slush puppies?
I was about to say, I'm really fancy one.
So do I. Raspberry, yeah? Blue one.
Oh, yeah, the blue one.
I like a mix.
I mean, the area I collapsed in ended up being splattered.
In other words, the killer's purpose was to orangely hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation. Hiding the bloody snow.
Perhaps. However, there is something that's bothering me.
Another thing.
No, another thing. If the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it, there was no need to remove that amount.
True. Right on the mark there, Frank. He could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with the orange blood.
I'm glad you're following, Frank. It looks like there are still some mysteries behind this issue.
But I think this will help explain them. Since a person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man, and blah, blah, blah.
Hang on, hold it. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide.
The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something.
You did?
Yeah, I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence from me, for my sake.
What? Hiding it for you?
Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden,
She would have seen 2 gardens.
She may have thought that you had done it.
No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing happened?
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Gavel! Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. Required a gavel, and I want to add it to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. I think it was for my sake that the killer...
Right, let's give her a present. Cheer her up. What have I got? Oh, yeah, the stone lantern. Objection! The body of Elise Doonin was carried all the way to the Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then, at the garden, says here, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood, was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one bloody matter that still seems somewhat bloody odd.
Oh, and what would that be?
You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godot. It's the message written in blood on the lantern.
Ah,
Yeah, indeed. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Got a picture here. Maya.
Ah,
If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, that's the word, then why didn't he wipe the writing off the bloody lantern?
Judge, you're muted.
Oh my God! The judge was
my
Also
God.
correct.
silent. Somebody get this bear off me.
Order! But Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene?
No, indeed. All right, but it doesn't make much
Well,
sense.
sending
to
mixed
wipe
messages
and
here.
remove the bloody snow. Then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing.
objection. But if that's the case, do you have any explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Coffee. Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern, which is just what you asked a moment ago? I don't know why I'm also asking it at you,
Indeed.
since you asked me the same question.
But to be fair, Mr. Godot, I don't know what the killer's plan was. And luckily, I'm thinking this and not saying it out loud, but it's a fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. I should probably speak now because I've just been silent
You'd be very
for a while.
quiet
There
there.
must be a reason for
Right.
it.
Right.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion.
Lovely.
Why did the killer leave an orange message written in blood on the lantern?
Why do you think,
Love it.
sir?
I love opinions. Right. So the killer could have written it, or to pin the crime of Mayor, the killer didn't notice it. Oh, let's to pin the crime of Mayor. Yeah. Is
Nope.
it? Or maybe the killer didn't notice it. Yep, there we go. Prosecutor Godot. Earlier in this trial, you gave me some good advice, Frank. Oh no, not Frank. Once you eliminate the impossible,
We don't have to do the quote again.
whatever remains
Okay.
must be the truth.
However improbable.
He said, yeah.
Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. You could remember
Yeah,
something we
well,
said 3 times earlier.
The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime occurred there. Slam. If that's the case, why wouldn't they have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose? Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it.
But that doesn't make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person can miss something as glaring as that.
You're right. There is no way any normal person would.
You are treading dangerously close to ableist language, and you need to
I can-
backpedal.
I feel the ground beneath me crackle.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright?
There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether.
And who would that be? Go on, in green. Who is the person that could have failed to notice the bloody writing?
It's all good. There you go, take that.
Oh my God, Ricardo.
This is what you said yesterday.
Someone was mildly
That
upset.
is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still orange. Can't see everything.
Yeah.
No, they're huge.
You can't see everything.
How did you hear what I said in the past?
Listen, he was describing it. Is it correct that you can't see everything, Mr. Godot?
Do you want me to read it back?
No, Mildred, no.
Please don't.
Yeah. Well, this lantern was submitted as evidence today, and it took fucking 5 people to bring it in court. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented, remember?
Okay, that I'm gonna read back.
Go on, you read back.
This lantern, there's something written on it. Judge, why? It's written in orange blood. Gado, nonsense. This lantern is clean as a whistle.
Thank you, Mildred. Mr. Godot, just admit it, mate, for fuck's sake. There are certain colours you can't see, correct? You can't see orange-red on a white background, can't you?
Wait, orange or red?
That's right, orange-red. We
It's
went through
fucking
this once
red.
before. During the poisoning case at Orange Très Bien.
Oh, was that when you foisted Maya on a creep without her prior consent?
Yeah, that's the one, Gary.
Yeah.
Well remembered.
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bride was wearing at the time. Somehow spilled coffee on it.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain. So glad we replayed the entire scene.
Yeah, just so people could remember.
The whole thing. For the whole court case, for God's sake.
You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red, orange red.
It's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them? Maybe it's this massive thing on the top of my face. I don't
Maybe.
think so.
So then, Mr. Godot, are you admitting it? Are you admitting that you couldn't see the red writing on the lantern?
Coffee. Hey, Gramps, didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea.
He doesn't drink
my
red
God,
tea.
It's rooibos.
Hang him now!
It's rooibos.
Hang him
It's
now!
red.
I live on it.
Unbelievable.
Because you can't see it in a mug.
I wasn't sure about it until now, but I just can't believe it. I don't even drink red tea either, but Prosecutor Godot is the orange murderer. But there's no going back now. I finally figured out the orange truth. Bloody hell. Right, another slam. Mr. Godot, the defence at this time formally accuses you, mate. You are the orange murderer of Ms. Elise Dunim, also known as Miss Misty fucking Faye.
Gavel! It's hard to believe that this may be true. However, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you.
Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment on red ink, Gramps.
Very funny.
Come on, how does a little graffiti make me into the killer?
Guys,
It's not like it's my name that's written there.
fucking-jection, Slam. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the colour red.
This is rich. Do go on, Trite.
Would you like
I
a red
will.
tea?
Look, the answer is right there at the crime scene. In the orange snow.
The snow? How so? Oh, write that one down, Harry.
Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Frank, you said it yourself. If they wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area?
Yes, why didn't they just take that area? Ah, would it be?
Nod. Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that had seeped into the snow. And so, he had to remove all the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area.
Objection. Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark?
Shake. Not a fucking chance, mate. The torches were all lit, says so here. They would have been able to see fine.
It seems that once again, this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Godot?
Oh my god, he's stunned into silence.
Christ.
Hold it.
I don't think it was you.
Well, it wasn't me. Sorry.
Wait! Just wait a minute!
Drink the coffee.
Here?
What is it, witness?
Mr. Gatto isn't the killer! After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Objection. Mayor, you can't testify to something like that.
Why? What do you mean? I may not look it, but...
After the murder happened, you didn't even exist.
She didn't. I'm afraid I don't follow.
The ghosts are back!
Are you senile, old man? We established this just a little while ago. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Remember? Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me.
Aya, do you plan to cover for Godot no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Slam. Frank, let's hear a testimony.
And we'd like permission to treat the witness as hostile.
No, overruled.
Damn.
Oh.
He probably overruled me because I'm not a lawyer.
Yes, you're the synth player, Gary. Did you write down my rhyme from earlier?
If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her.
If I say I did write the rhyme down, will you let us treat the witness as hostile?
No.
No, right. I didn't write it down.
Right.
It down.
Nicely done, tried.
Gavel! Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened in the inner temple after the murder.
Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling, and my spirit left me, as it were. But that little orange girl was there at the inner temple, too. Pearlie was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around, but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Gatto arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up.
Who is this Pearlie?
That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye. You've literally met her like 5 times.
So when did you hear about this?
Oh, just a while ago when I was in the medical office.
I'm terribly sorry, but what you heard from someone else is not admissible as testimony.
Yeah, first time for everything, isn't there?
What? Come on! Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's way more honest a person than I'll ever be.
Careful. You're under oath.
You're smart, Mayor. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath, unlike me.
He's probably going to say his favourite band is Under Oath.
Prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness.
Mr. Godot,
Let's just move on to the cross-examination. If the defense has no objections.
This is highly unusual. But, well, Mr. Wright, any objections?
Let's get this cross-examination started.
I'm surprised. Yelling objection is literally your thing.
Yeah, I know.
Pearlie was also stuck on the inner temple side that night, and the next morning she looked around but couldn't find anyone. Next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Gatto arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up.
Hang on, hold it. He cheered her up.
That's what Pearlie said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman.
Oh, Christ.
Thank you for looking after my cousin,
Older
Mr.
gentleman.
Gatto.
Yeah, you hear that, Gramps? And here I was, thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict.
And
You're
an arsehole.
I can give it up if I want to.
And a
Coffee.
shit philosopher.
Ha! Cut it out. You're making me blush.
This guy is really beginning to get on my nerves, and he hasn't before this, in more ways than one.
Well, he wasn't a gambler before, and you hate gambling.
I do.
The truth is, there aren't that many places to look on the inner temple side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden with fine-toothed combs. Fine-toothed combs, not fine-toothed combs, but toothed combs. So I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way, Gatto style.
I'm the same way, you know. I
You like to do
hand
things
down-
Godot style.
No, I like
Oh.
to hand down verdicts in my own way, judge style, thank you.
Maybe I should ask some questions. Phoenix style. I'm getting on this. Right, what's asked? Here we go. You said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything?
Looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, right? After all, I didn't miss the bloody writing on that lantern.
Well, I didn't miss it, so, speak for yourself, Goggles.
I warned you about ableist language.
What did you think
Hey,
about me?
I thought that.
The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty of the training hall.
Oh, for
You
God's
say-
sake, here we go.
Misty Fey, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Western tastes, like a burger or maybe
Oh,
a kind of a Twinkie.
Lasagna.
Lasagna, yeah, it's not as far west, but
fillet of
far west
fish.
as we can go sometimes. Fillet of fish.
Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy?
So from there, you headed to the prep room.
Hang on, wait a sec. What did Godot say just now? I'm paying attention. Look, I think I just found his proverbial weak spot. That's good. There's only one thing of an importance here. Of any importance. Where was Godot when the murder was taking place? He must have already been at the inner temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Elise Doonim.
Pearlie was also stuck at the inner temple side, but then, I've said this like 3 times, and I'm really tired.
Let's get her a present. Where is it? Oh, bollocks. Where did I put it? Here it is. Objection. Mr. Godot, the first time you crossed Dusty Bridge went into the inner temple was long orangely before the murder took place.
Why do you say that?
Because it was written down here on the screen, and because he just made up one fatal orange slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall.
Hanging scroll?
But Mr. Gatto's right. The scroll shows a picture of my mother.
Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. You see that? A bright old bloody mess.
Oh, what's that wonderfully delicious smell? Smells like gravy.
The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy.
Gravy? But why gravy, Nick?
Good question. Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit.
What?
Well, Mr. Cotto, if you really haven't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have had any way of knowing that it was Misty Fey.
Oh my
What
god!
the fuck
No,
is
no, no,
going
Oh my
on?
god! I
What
can't
the
wait for
gravy?
it. I can't wait for him to explain the
I
significance of the
love
gravy.
gravy.
Wait a minute, Nick.
Yeah?
Take another look at the hanging scroll. Look at the top. There's a crest there.
Ah, that's the mark of the master, correct?
Exactly. So if you know the meaning of the mark,
Then you could guess that it was a picture of Misty Fey on there.
No. True, all right. But Mr. Cotto described what was underneath like this.
Second time you've done that.
Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes.
oh,
In it, yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, Slam, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Godot, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the inner temple long orangely before the crime took place. Long before.
Oh
still
my
don't
god!
understand about the gravy. Why was the gravy more than gravy?
Can I ask you just one little thing, Tripe?
Yeah, what is it?
This whole theory of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed.
That's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene.
Oh, of course Mr. Godot knew about the plan.
Huh?
What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew of the plan?
Yeah, have a look at this. Take that. There you go, Frank. This crime was... This
Or
crime
was.
actually planned over an orange year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future. And these instructions were hidden somewhere in the Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time little Pearls found these instructions, they had already been unsealed.
Unsealed?
Unsealed. Yes, the killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever got to them, or found them. And that's how he knew the crime was to take place at the inner temple.
And you're saying this crafty killer is me?
Never said crafty. You bet I am.
I'm pretty crafty. But you just said that the instructions were orangely hidden.
That's right. Mr. Gatto couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden.
No. If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out.
Yes, and when was that?
During an orange visit.
A visit?
A visit?
A visit. Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention centre. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden.
Eavesdropping orangely on a visit at the detention centre?
Yeah, well, naughty. It would be arranged if you were someone with an easy access in and out of there. Slam. Like, for example, oh fuck, I don't know, a prosecutor
Jimmy
such
Sap-
as Mr. fucking Godot. Oh my...
I still don't
That's
understand
wrong
the gravy
language.
thing.
Gavel, gavel, gavel. Order, order, order. Mr. Godot, you're on the fire again.
It's on a fire. Oh, no, this murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you, Sam, you were the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder.
Humans are afraid of the dark,
What?
and yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it.
I'm so tired.
Maybe that's why. Wait for it. Humans drink the darkness that is coffee.
Oh, yeah, bring it back to coffee again. Dickhead.
Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean?
It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned the hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all of that just to protect this witness?
Nod. That's right.
If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? This girl is nothing but a stranger to me. I've got no reason to go through this kind of trouble to protect her. Coffee. I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress, the definitive damsel, the damsel, in fact.
The killer's behavior is certainly orange and extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering what the killer wanted to protect, the killer wanted to protect this witness's life, his behavior is still a little too unnatural.
Objection. Slam. However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godot? An unshakable orange reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs.
I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick?
I genuinely have. Mayor, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Godot. For the same reason, huh?
Okay, try it. I'm all ears. Let's hear it.
It's very simple. Mayor Fay is a lot more than just a stranger to you.
What's this?
There's one orange person who lies at the very centre of this whole story.
Somebody's lying?
Yeah, one person that ties you and Mayor together inextricably. Take that. There's a very good reason why Mayor Fay's life is so fucking precious to you. After all, she is Mayor Fay's only sister.
Mia. Faye.
You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defence attorney.
Well, wait a second here. Mr. Godot is a defence attorney, because you can't do both.
Yeah, with your honour's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now.
Was
Come on,
that
Frank.
sarcasm, sir?
Ish. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot, his real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right?
Last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago.
Diego Armando. I have to say, I have been waiting for Godot to leave. And that name does ring a bell.
It should, Frank. All of this is related to a single case. Remember that guy who sneezed? A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself.
He took a poison pellet on the stand.
Oh, so he didn't sneeze. Mia Fay's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off tears of Boston. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defence attorney at the office where Mia worked. Great posture.
Oh, it's a flashback with Mia.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Fawless killed himself.
Mia, I'm never going to change this waistcoat. You can't cry yet. Christ, my hand.
Oh my God.
The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over or when my hands are literally bleeding. There's glass in my hand.
That's really bad.
I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in her clients, that pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria. I had coffee.
Ah, I just remembered.
What, that we had a cafeteria?
Yes, I do like coffee. 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned with orange. A bad orange.
Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee.
Some newspapers at the time called it a murder. But very little information about the case was released to the press.
But you weren't orange dead at all.
No official reports ever actually called it an orange murder. It was just in a deep coma.
Just an attempted murder, then.
I see.
My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. Like a coma. That woman's poison did a real number in my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all of my hair turned white due to the damage it caused. And I was in a coma as well.
Oh, that's terrible.
Solid jump in from Maya.
Apparently, it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poison brew. Poison brew. Then one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee.
5 years?
That's all we've got.
You were asleep for 5 years?
And the worst possible news was waiting for me. My Faye was dead. But the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. And the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death, which you could imagine would be a good thing, but in this narrative, I guess it's not.
The woman you loathed, you're going to have to spell that one out for me as well.
Woman who would spike my scalding hot. Dahlia Hawthorne, you idiot. The ghost from earlier on. Remember the one of those two ghosts from earlier.
Dahlia Hawthorne.
Good old Maya, she didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, yes, but there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up.
That's so sad.
Not even you, Maya, even though we apparently are friends. But for someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there was only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a defense prosecutor. Phoenix? It looks like you're speaking, but you're not saying anything.
I'll jump in. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live?
The first was you, Trite.
Huh? What, Phoenix?
If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, my Faye never would have died, much less the way she did.
Oh, Christ, sir, this is a bit of a mess.
You were the only one who was there to protect her. You let her die. It was all your fault.
Now, I was there for a lot of this, and it wasn't like that. Like Phoenix could say for himself, but
I
let me
can see
just jump
he's
in.
speechless. I wanted to see for myself what kind of man you really were.
So that's why you became a prosecutor?
I mean, I could have just gotten to know him in some other way, but I decided it's the only way to do it. My other reason for living, she goes by the name of Maya Faye. There she is.
Huh? You mean me?
Yeah, that's your name, isn't it? You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Maya.
Oh, Jesus
Mia,
Christ.
even.
Fucking savior complex.
1 year ago, when the Korean village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Faye was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as an orange prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her.
That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention centre.
Oh, no
Gary.
worries. Jump straight back in. I love it.
I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it, in the plan. It does make sense, you're right. I can see you thinking that.
If Pearls had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out.
Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted one of my accomplices.
Orange accomplices?
Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fae. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall and the backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fae.
But how did you contact my mother? She'd been missing for almost 20 years. You wanted to help me? You could have just given me her number. What the fuck?
I mean, yeah, I guess I could have done that, but I like to be mysterious, you see.
Yeah, okay, what do you mean officially in orange?
Coffee. It's like my 56th coffee today. You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government.
This is new information.
You said this.
Hang on. Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of Karain had great authority.
Even without her official position, Misty Fae still wielded great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's
Gumshoe,
how
I
was
swear
able
to
to
shit.
contact her. Even Gumshoe, everyone knew.
No,
except you.
Gumshoe certainly
Now.
didn't know. He wouldn't have been able to keep it a secret.
Again, because of my position as a prosecutor.
So my mother was cooperating with you?
That's a sip of coffee. Don't ever forget, no matter how far from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you. It's not in an active sense.
She was
just sort of-
always...
That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you, apart from talk to you, of course. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff. Just look at it. Look at that staff.
Her staff?
Hmm.
The one with the sword in it?
The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. I remember it well. In black and white. That's when your mother showed me her special staff.
Phrasing.
Gross.
I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. He was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fae if necessary. Bam! Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price.
Mother.
My God, the drama of it all.
That night,
Makes
the
me
night of the
miss my
crime,
mum, it does.
there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan.
You mean Pearls, don't you?
We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Remember that? She said, well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight?
I'm sure she can speak
wasn't-
for herself.
Well, Pearl,
There she is.
what are you gonna do tonight?
Well,
If you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan. But she never showed up. She was worried. Oh, it's you now.
Yeah, that's me. She was worried and followed me to the inner temple.
That was the thing we were most afraid of. And that's why Misty Fae had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body.
What? What do you mean? Oh,
What do you mean,
right.
what do you mean? You're reading a magazine about it.
If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself.
As Master of Korain, Misty Fae's powers were supreme. That's how it went down. Yeah, She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Fay wouldn't be able to.
Oh, what?
I feel like we've already established this before.
Is that true?
Oh, he's getting tired. He missed a gavel.
I did miss a gavel.
I rolled in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt me, Mayor Fay. That's why I hid myself at the inner temple, just in case she needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne.
God, no.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to. Try it. I mean, it's a lot, but that's all.
I think that's all we need.
There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense lawyer.
Oh,
He
cheers,
presented
mate.
weenies
Okay.
twice in a case that you were the prosecutor for.
But you're going to have to do the rest yourself,
Oh, Christ.
because I'm probably going to be arrested now.
The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Mayor Fay, and I'm sad to say, well, I'm not that sad to say, but you, Mr. Godot.
Coffee. Well tried. If you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Bam! It was beyond a shadow of a doubt that you could finish this on your own.
Oh, no.
No, Nick, please don't.
Maya.
I heard the whole thing from my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Gatto.
But,
I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's a man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. And me too.
Wait,
Maya.
there's two me's now?
I know that.
Nick.
But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify.
Nod, Miss Fay. Your testimony, please.
No, this is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips.
I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick.
I mean, I feel like I've admitted
Gavel.
everything. I don't see the need for this. I just literally admitted what was going to happen. Okay,
Yeah, but
never
you're
mind.
not under oath, are you? All right, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder?
Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out, and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness.
These red lights. I thought you said you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden. God, oh, I can see you speaking.
Sorry, I was just having a cough. I've had so many cups of coffee tonight. I'm getting a bit kind of wired. As things break, tried even the best of theories.
Hmm.
Who was it that stabbed Misty Fay? It looks like you still can't prove it.
Maya is telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me.
Yep, all you, by yourself.
Oh no.
Well then, Mr. Wright is what the judge would say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, sorry, I'm drifting off now. Proceed with your final cross-examination. For heaven's sake, I've been up since 5.
I'll do this quick, Frank.
Stop calling me Frank.
Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them, and I thought I'd ask for help, but then I was splattered with blood. It was like Carrie all over again. And I always loved the movie, but I never thought that I would be Carrie. Do you know what I mean? Like, you always think if you're going to be any icon, maybe...
Just for a second, hold it. What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the orange-red lights went out?
Yeah, that's right.
The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
What? What?
Oh my god, another twist! Late game!
Can a man scream?
So then that scream came from the killer.
Yeah, no, that's got to be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
And the killer let out a scream of pain, huh?
After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well, Mr. Wright, it seems to make sense to me.
It sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder. There's a contradiction. I'm sorry to say this. But the interpretation that creates an enormous contradiction.
Lord, that does make sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
Remember the testimony she gave, written on here, before the killer let out a scream? Maya said that she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade in the staff had already been plunged into the victim.
Is that right?
She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. I mean, the orange weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff.
Oh my god, there's so many other things that aren't staffs.
If you're not so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Tried.
Please.
There's only one thing I can think of
Go on, what is it?
that could have been used as a weapon here.
I want you to say.
Right.
Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff. What could she have used to strike back at the killer in Green?
What
Right,
could
get
she
that
use?
gravy. Get that gravy.
With a knife.
There we go,
Right.
that one. Take that. Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, the dagger was found at the crime scene, says here, stuck into a pine tree.
Yes, the detective found that this morning and brought it to me.
Is this still the same day?
Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to orangely wound him as well.
Objection.
I'm firing up the synth.
Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood of the dagger could have been from the victim.
Objection. No. Have you forgotten that the blood was already been tested?
Had somehow.
Since we learnt it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's orange blood. Slam. The killer must have wounded somewhere in his body.
In his body.
Oh,
Are they
that's
going to
right.
make him strip?
Gavel!
Somewhere in his body?
Gavel. So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove beyond a shadow of a doubt.
That they're good. I actually took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that bitch.
Oh.
And yes, Mr. Goddo, it would prove that it's your blood.
103. Nice theory, Tried.
Oh my god, he said nice theory. Why are we talking?
Gavel!
DNA test.
Order in the court.
Is this the end? Have I done it? It doesn't feel like I have.
No.
Even he won't be able to change the results of the scientific test.
Too much coffee. Let me ask you something, Tried. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer.
Yeah?
Do you really think I'll be stupid enough to leave evidence like that?
What?
Yes.
Just think for a second.
Oh no.
This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already a bloodstain on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom.
Yeah, yes, what does that prove?
Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it.
So have you?
No, no, it can't be.
In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Try. That blood doesn't belong to me. Not a chance.
What?
Well, we're still talking, are we? All right.
Can I DNA test for something?
Have we talked about the bear?
Is that bear still in here?
Yeah, I got him under the seat here.
In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. All right, then, witness, continue your testimony.
Wait a minute.
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but
Don't then.
there's a big orange contradiction in Nick's explanation.
Oh, she played the Uno reverse card, sir.
Maya, come on, mate.
This dagger, you said that it orangely wounded the killer.
Nod. That's right.
But, if Mr. Gatto had really been cut with a dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right? He only has the one set.
Maya, maybe he just, changed his clothes. That would solve the contradiction pretty easily.
What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder? Everyone that was on the inner temple side got trapped orangely there.
Oh, that's right. And then once the bridge was fixed by the police, and the police headed for the inner temple, Mr.
Gatto was already there waiting for them, just what you were about to say.
Sorry, that's my phone again. The group chat's really popping off with these revelations.
He never had a chance to change his clothes. Unless he brought like an overnight bag, like a window.
What is happening?
Gavel, gavel, gavel. Order! Order in the court.
Objection.
No objection to order.
Oh, go on. Look, well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him.
Like a kid on a sleepover?
What, you want chaos in the court? No one could have predicted the lightning strike that set the bridge on fire that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes?
Nah. Did the judge take smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took off the clothes before he committed the murder. Fuck it. There, that way he wouldn't get any blood on.
So he was hanging dog?
That's impossible, Tried. You know how cold it gets up there late at night? After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid.
That's right.
Make him strip now!
Solid, yeah, I love that.
Wow. So that's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this.
He is Tuffy Nuts.
That is true.
Right now, if Mia Fey were here...
Oh...
If Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already. Just close the book and walk out of the building. Just close that book.
If Mia Fey were here...
So come on, Tried. Can you do it or not?
No. Gavel! Gavel! I'm going to shut you up and then ask the same question. Now, how about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godot of being the killer, but can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence? Go on, prove.
The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is, I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. Nod. I can prove it, Frank. Slam. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance into fruition just as you want it.
What?
That's good. Fight her till the bitter end, right?
I'm firing up the theme song.
Do it. I'm rolling up my sleeves.
This is just one piece of evidence that can prove your point. Why don't we go for the unlimited penalty?
Hang on, isn't that my decision?
No.
Hang on, steady there, Frank. Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got one piece of evidence I need, mate.
Give me a break. You've got nothing, Trat.
Huh.
That's quite
So what
relevant.
do I do at this time like this? Oh, fuck. Well, it's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle.
Gavel! All right then, Mr. Right. Let's hear what you've got.
Well, there's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. I wrote it down, luckily. The killer was wounded. And that was proven by the blood in the dagger.
But we decided it was impossible, orangely, for him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by a dagger, there should have been a blood stain on his clothes.
No. There's one place. One place the killer could have hidden his wound.
Oh, I don't think I want to know, actually.
Hidden?
Here we go. This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there are no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he hid the wound.
It's the end of the line. The final stop, Trat. Let's hear what you've got. Where is this location where you see the killer hid his wound? Do you have it in your bag?
Hang on. I'm just going to save the state.
Okay.
Right, and now that I've done that, I'm going to present him with his own picture.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's a photograph of me. Frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right, Trat? Oh, she was there for us. Tara! A ghost! What was that just now?
Ooh.
Mia? Oh my God! I think I had too much coffee. It can't be. You're living on through him. Is that what's happening? Are you
Even as we
what?
speak, you're still hiding the wound.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Point.
Ah.
It's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disperse. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your bloody face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say the whole bloody case is solved, wouldn't you?
My face exploded.
Well,
I'm fine.
Hang on, his mask definitely just exploded off his face.
That was bizarre. What happened?
It's like something out of a true crime documentary.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself.
I want what he's having.
Yeah.
I want one of those masks.
What's in that coffee house? I want some.
My grandson would love that.
Explain yourself.
Again.
We are
Again.
one
Try to
bullet
enjoy
point
coffee
away.
number 247.
Also, where did you get your
One
waist?
bullet
Just
point
now.
to go.
Hey, quiet. I'm trying to have a deep moment
I
here
would
with
go with the parrot, but the
right over there.
reappearing mask is just too much for me.
Look, I saw her spirit in you.
I'm going back to sleep.
I saw her spirit in you. I did.
I'm sleeping as well. Give me the blanket.
I never liked you. 6
All right,
years ago.
here you go, Kat.
Oh, okay, here we go. You helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let I feel like we've already established this, but I don't know why I'm telling you this again. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer.
Barely.
I could never forgive you. That's what I thought.
Mr. Gatto.
But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive Here's a cup of coffee. Was me.
You? Yourself?
I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Because I was in a coma. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. My head been in a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit.
You saved Maya.
Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway.
What do you mean?
I feel like I've had too much coffee is what I mean. Are you listening, Mayor? If I had really wanted to save you, there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away.
And who would that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother, but I closed my eyes to the most important man involved.
Larry?
You know why? The real reason?
No, why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Bitch, I could have told you that for free!
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul.
Women are not therapists for broken men.
So you saying me, we're here just to make sure that he feels like a better person.
I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia. Nothing more.
Honestly, I'm going back to bed.
That's why
Anyone
I
wanna
let
get in
you
the blanket?
walk
I'm
right
going
into
to
a
bed.
situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me.
You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya.
Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette. Here we go. There it is. You see that image there? I'm projecting from my mind. Part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me.
What?
It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up that blade. It was like I was dreaming. Lightning. Not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Mayor Faye? Or was it something else? There she is. Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply my desire for revenge? Orange revenge. And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy, the stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people.
I'm sure he'll stop at some point, sir.
In that one moment, I understood everything.
Do you want me to read any of that back?
Please, no, Mildred.
Yeah, if you could.
I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. Didn't I already say this?
Mr. Armando, we've literally... I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me. I'm putting heavy scare quotes around everything.
Thanks.
Look, no, Mr. Armando, your wound is bleeding.
Ah. Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist.
No, but blood does.
No,
In
doesn't
his
exist.
world, is he an alien?
There must be my tears.
Gross.
Tears?
You cry blood?
I don't think
Ever
that's
since-
somebody's
I'm like the
bleeding from their
sheep.
eye.
I cry blood. It's my tale. Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando!
You do well to remember this, Mayor. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
What?
What?
Wait, is he?
What the fuck
What is this
is he on about?
Was that
Didn't make sense. Not going to be a thing.
Fuck, a lawyer. What?
The mask exploded in his
I didn't know
face,
this.
and then
No,
he just
this
died
happened-
from a slowly trickling knife wound in his eye. Is that right?
If this happens every time, I'm coming back.
I will be returning.
I
I'm
will
gonna take
be
it to next week.
returning. I'm coming back.
No, I don't mind.
Can we
Daddy,
have some quiet in the stands, please? Thank you. This time it really is all over, isn't it? It's over, isn't it? Isn't it over?
Please be
Different.
over.
Yes, Your Honor. Did I miss anything?
Wait, what? Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body and the crime scene is a serious offense in itself.
Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. That's totally reasonable.
Mr. Armando explained that to me.
Oh,
Explain
Mr.
that. Oh, that's you.
Armando.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I was
Oh,
talking,
sorry, that's me.
talking forever.
Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway.
cool.
Cool.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say? Perhaps some more?
There is one more thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright.
Go for it.
I want to apologize to you.
I swear to God, if this is...
Apologise to me for what?
I swear to God, if this is building up to another monologue, I'm going to lose it.
I hope it is. For the case 6 years ago, of course. Let's get into it. Flashback. Fade out.
I just remembered.
Not you as well.
Weren't you poisoned orangely by your own lover?
Not exactly, but yeah, no, something like that. Even now, 6 years later, I can hardly.
Yeah, she was going to do it and all.
Yeah, she was going to kill him.
She was going to do
Yeah.
it.
It was.
Well, it's not all that surprising.
No, I can second that.
The two of you, you hardly knew each other.
The fuck do you mean by that?
You and my sister is the fuck I mean by that. You only met twice. Men.
They only met twice?
You only met twice.
We only met twice.
The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse.
Can anyone else hear Girl from Ipanema?
I
The
can.
next time you met her was 6 months later. You met her again on the day she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
No way! It can't be true. Not like that. I mean, during their whole relationship, they were.
During your whole relationship, for those 6 months, that woman that you thought was Di Hawthorne,
Don't-
wait for it,
Don't.
wasn't actually my sister.
This fucking soap opera of a courtroom.
Flying fuck everybody!
What are you talking about?
Dot. I hope one day you can forgive me. Feeny.
It was Iris. It was Iris the whole time.
that's a nickname, innit?
It was Iris the whole time. It was Iris the whole time.
Wait, I don't get it.
It was.
It was
That's
Iris all
right.
along.
Right. Hashtag girl boss. I lied to you.
Did you gaslight and gatekeep him as well?
Oh my god, what a girl boss!
Somebody stick the bear on her.
What does a hashtag
Bring the bear.
Why would you do such a thing? I am flabbergasted.
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could.
Oh, so it was secretly for his good. Is that what you
Yeah, sure. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance, she couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
Prepared for the worst?
Yeah, prepared. She was prepared for the worst. She thought you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill him?
She was ready to kill him.
Yeah, she was ready to kill you. She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul.
You slept with your twin's boyfriend.
Hashtag girl
For
boss.
6 months.
The bear is hungry. She will not be forgiven.
And that's
And
why...
that's why you went to him? Of all the people?
Yes, I came to you to get the bottle pendant back from me, but I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 6 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you, but we did bang a lot. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't
Sorry,
consult-
Iris. Personal assistant here. Do you need a pumpkin spice latte?
Oh, thank you so much. I would love that.
I'll run and get one. Thank you.
Okay. All right. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? That bit was the strange bit, because up until that day, you two were partners in crime.
Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you.
I think she must have noticed.
Huh?
Also, you're very chill about all this. Cool.
Huh?
Noticed what?
My feelings for you, duh. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant, you know, her life or mine.
Iris.
Phoenix, after spending half a year by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
I have something to say to you too.
Yes?
You really are the person I always thought you were.
Cool.
Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you.
Ah. Phoenix, thank you.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Bugger if I know.
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years?
No, you don't
I
get a
don't
second
know.
one. You
I'm
don't
still
get
here.
a second one.
I'm still in this courtroom drinking coffee.
Bring the bear.
I'll tell
It
you
will
though,
have a second meal.
right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix, right?
He said your actual name.
Sorry there, I haven't been here for 10 minutes. Can you just repeat everything that's just happened? Or...
No, just keep
No,
going.
All right, well, no, I think you're right. Fuck it.
The purpose of this trial was to rule on the orange murder of the victim Alice Dokesnip.
Oh, yeah.
At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor.
Gavel! Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant not guilty.
All right, we did it!
Gavel!
We did it, Phoenix!
Cool.
Yay!
Court is now adjourned. I hope that was the
Am I
final.
fine? Can I just leave?
No, you're under arrest. mate.
February 10th, 541 Pum District Court, defendant lobby number 1. Okay.
All right, I love this defendant lobby.
So, I guess it's all over. The way everything ended was justice really served? I don't know. But, the man who risked his life to save Maya is now being sent to prison by my own hand. Thank you very much.
Of course, justice was served.
Huh? Mia!
Hey, kid, I'm proud of you.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Your defense was... it was good.
Oh, thank
it was
you.
Good.
But I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you.
You're wrong, Phoenix. That guy was a fucking... you did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible.
You mean, with that verdict?
I think one day you'll understand too.
I doubt that.
I know. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing.
Oh, I'm remembering.
You were as good out there today as any defense lawyer could ever hope to be.
Oh, I'll take that.
There's nothing more you can learn from me.
And there's nothing more you can learn from me either.
Yeah, there's a lot you could learn elsewhere, but clearly not from me or Gary. You've accomplished something I wasn't able to. Complete naivety.
And I've just taken a job playing synth for Fears for Tears, the Europe's #3 Tears for Fears tribute act.
Wow, congratulations, Gary. I owe you a great deal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia.
No, thank you, Gary.
Mia?
Yeah, Phoenix, sorry, what? You still here? Sorry, I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Phoenix.
Yeah, Phoenix
I'm
will
going
probably
back
slip in
up
the shower or something.
To the sky now.
She's
Goodbye, Phoenix.
wandering out the door. Look,
Don't slip in the shower. Or stay away from crazy bitches who keep want to try and kill you.
I've handled lots of cases and seen lots of things. Okay, I'd say about 7 cases, and along this journey, I found myself asking just one question: does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer.
Definitely don't kill for women who really don't care about you. Just saying. He was a psychopath. Man. I'm done.
Nick. Did
Maya.
I hear my sister just disappear again?
Yeah, she did.
I guess it's
Mr.
just
Nick, I feel really funny.
It's just like what my sister just said.
What, Mia?
You know that night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do?
Yeah.
This is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry. Phoenix will save everyone in the end.
You could tell him it said Gary instead.
But
come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too? We owe you for everything you have done for us, Nick.
Steady.
Maya, how can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? And at nearly 11.
It's called a coping mechanism.
But you were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. Ow! Oh, Christ, Francesca.
Oh, fucking hell. Still as softy as always, Phoenix, right?
Excellent work, right?
Oh.
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back?
Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Francesca have actually been helping me.
Who, bitch? Francesca? Who's your she?
Helping you?
Yeah, I know. Apparently, I've forgotten. But they have in these two. If these two hadn't been here on the first day of the trial 11 years ago, wherever the fuck it was, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Wow. But where were you, Nick?
He fell off a bridge.
Yeah, fell off a bridge.
Yes, I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold, which forced him to sleep all day. So pathetic. We don't have colds in Germany.
He laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head. When are you going to realize that women just aren't it for you, right?
I know that.
Ouch! Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Holy shit, loser. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Francisca.
I don't suppose. There's room for me in the group hug, is there?
How many of you are there?
We've all been waiting for you. We literally heard we've been here for hours.
What's with the... Let's see.
Yeah, what's with your longer than usual face?
I'm always crying. What are you talking about? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once.
Well...
What? You're
Why
asking
no
me?
one's saying that's not true? Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right?
Yes, no, of course you do. That would be really cruel if I didn't say that.
I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I was gone for good.
No.
I'm fine
Those
again.
portraits you painted, they were really good. Honestly, Larry, I loved them. And isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Why would you bring me into this, you dumb
Is
himbo?
it? Well,
What?
Edgeworth, why are you making that face here? Reggie?
Oh, well, yes. Indeed, quite. Insofar as quid pro quo, I certainly can't say that it's lacking resemblance.
Sorry. Do you really mean it? I mean, what about you, Franzi? Did I draw you well, too?
What the fuck, pain?
Ow.
Get you across the nose. What the fuck did you just call me? Insane. My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Try
Paints.
again.
I'm holding paints.
Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and I know that's worth something. Fair enough.
Well, then, you'll do it? Like you promised? You're gonna model for my next picture book? Francis
Ping,
Whip.
push.
Thank God you stopped me
Don't
saying
get
that.
carried away. We will talk about royalties, maybe.
Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. But painting a pearl was pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh?
Now
That's
that you
what happened
mention it, I haven't seen her around.
Pose? Where could she have gone to? Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'll go look for her. Be right back. Because it's totally fine when I wander off alone. Hey, Pearly.
Brooding. Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled.
Is it that uncharacteristic?
I suspect you were wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened.
Yeah, actually I was thinking that.
To be honest, I don't understand it either.
Francisca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well.
Because
What
he's
was
shit
the
at
thing?
prison knife fights, yeah.
Yes, you bring that up all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can.
What? What do you mean by now is orangely exactly the time?
Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she.
Me? Is it me? You talking about me, Edgeworth?
Larry,
It might be me. I was in line for wonton for
I
about
believe it
2
was
hours.
that
I was
person
in
that
love.
Maya is trying her best not to cry.
Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya. Edgeworth, I think I'm starting to understand too.
That can't possibly be true.
No.
The boing!
Oh, fucking hell, Francisca.
Tell me, Phoenix, right? Well, sorry, is that hard? I've cut your nose. Do you need a little
Ow.
plaster?
If you have one,
It's only got one with clowns on it. Is that okay?
that's fine. Look, I'm going to show you a present of a 9-year-old.
Did
look,
you take that out of your bag?
Yes, I did.
Pearl Faye.
The poor kid. After all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Fey clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word.
What the
That's
fuck
what
was
she
that?
said. I know. She thought that she was doing it for Maya, and that's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya.
But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable.
And that's exactly why Maya is putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearls' sake, until she can see her smile again.
Oh, hey! So this is where you all were. Wow! Looks like we got quite a... Oh, jeez! Why? Oh, I didn't even finish my sentence. What was that for, sir?
Bing bang. Sorry about that, Scruffy. Got ahead of myself. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own.
Telling me.
What's up, Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win.
Cheers, mate.
Hey, you know what? Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. My salary's just sort of kind of gone down by a teeny-weeny bit, but it's all right. I made a reservation at a first-class French restaurant tonight.
Posh.
Ah!
Pretty good work, Scruffy. Like, also, I'm right here. Like, can I come? Can I come? That whip is your reward.
Okay.
If you say that I can come to dinner.
Detective Gumshoe, thanks for waiting here for 3.5 hours. But you said a first-class French restaurant. You don't mean...
There's been where else?
I fucking knew it. We're doomed.
Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal.
Hey! Oh!
Hey, you, crybaby. You're
here in the
a
corner. Oh, forget about me.
Okay.
Her and I will be at the loser's shack eating potatoes.
You know,
Up on the
Faye was taking an
mountain,
awfully
the
long
snow.
time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Oh, Maya, what's wrong?
Nick, what do I do? Pearly, I can't find her anywhere.
Huh?
I bet she just went back home. Yeah, that's all. Surely
I
we
thought
gotta
so
have
too,
more
so I
stories.
called the village, but no one's heard from her. This has never happened before.
Apart from the 2 times it's happened before. As I figured, she has been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah! What is it, Bob? I'm fully equipped to deal with this.
Could you guys go on ahead? Is that right?
But what about you?
Maya and I will... We'll join you guys once we find pearls.
Nick!
Don't worry about us. Look, Detective Gumshoe, it's fine. Look, we may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, but you're... Ah, Jesus Christ! Ow!
Boing! It took you by surprise. Still here. Lol. Very well. Phoenix right. We'll go on ahead.
I didn't technically invite you, but sure.
Don't keep me waiting, right?
I never will. We won't.
Where should we look? Where could Pearly have gone?
Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might do. Come on.
Just hiked up to the mountains by herself.
Yep.
February 10th, Hazakura Temple, main gate.
Hazakura Temple?
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started.
Here we go.
Was this all back again so soon?
Sister Bikini!
I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight.
So she's here? Pearly's here?
She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go and see her?
She's not wearing anything from the waist down. Just keep your eye line up.
The cold helps me think.
Okay. Pearlie's not here.
Maya, the hanging scroll.
Ah! Someone cleaned it off.
It's got to be Pearls. She loves gravy.
Oh my god, we've startled Pearl!
Pearl, you're muted.
Mystic Maya!
Pearlie! Why did you just leave like that?
Mystic Maya! I swore I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic May's mother.
That's why you came here.
Least I could do to pray for your happiness.
You don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course, I'm sad my mother's gone, but okay, how do I put this? I'm still happy.
You don't have to lie just to make me feel better.
No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do.
Mystic Maya?
I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty.
Sister Bikini!
Why are you surprised I live here? Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night.
After dishonoring the good name of Quran, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya is always in my thoughts.
This is getting to Return of the King extended levels.
It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die.
Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets.
She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh?
Huh?
There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die.
That's the Master's talisman. That's the thing that Misty kept by the heart, or she would never take off.
Indeed. It wasn't the container that was important. Rather, it was the contents.
That's
a photo.
Mother.
It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others.
What are you on about?
All right, Gary, I'm having a little moment here, but who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what humans' life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Jesus. Here you go. Here's a picture for when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed. We always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, that jug, Maya's mother too. I learnt that from all of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone's waiting in Trebian. This is a day to remember. A day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today.
What, this runtime?
Yeah, and dodgy Wi-Fi issues.
But I can't. I still can't.
Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise.
I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3 for when you come back.
You fucking lush.
What?
All right, we're gonna have a great feast today, Pearly. It's food time. You know
Yay,
why?
food
Training's
time.
gonna be a battle of endurance.
Battle of wait. Okay, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight.
You know, there's one thing I don't get, and probably don't want to.
Oh my
but
god,
fuck it, I'm
shut
gonna
the
say it.
fuck up!
All right.
Okay, what is it?
Reservations for training is fine and all, but why for 3?
Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick.
One of us. One of us.
Next time you can train right alongside us.
What about Gary? Huh?
I told you I'm going on tour with Fears for Tears.
Oh yeah, you are.
I'll be waiting for you.
Okay, thank you.
Sister Bikini will take special care of you.
All right, sister, please get off me. No, yeah.
It'll be great, Nick. We're gonna do the special course naturally.
Huh? What, huh?
That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Neck, you'd do anything for Mystic Meyer, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right?
We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick?
Fuck it, you know? I was wondering if I can say just one little thing.
Sure, of course you can. Quickly.
Oh, I love this part. I cannot wait to hear it.
I'm getting goosebumps too.
That's called the DTs.
Well then, here goes nothing. Objection!
Wait, nobody invited me for dinner and I'm joining you later for drinks or what?
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's watch the whole epilogue.
I'll really have to work extra hard now. Master of Corrine and office manager of Brighton Coal offices, and I have to be a good big sister to Pearly and Nick too. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that.
Lovely designer.
That's true. Mr. Nick really is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through the whole special course in the way in the end. Actually, I heard there was a legendary extra special ultra course here too, and I think I'll probably surprise the two of them by making them secret reservation.
Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present. I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off.
Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. Guess the dirty shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like stuff.
Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly.
Really are a dumb fuck, aren't you?
Soil himself silly.
Mr. Wright, I'm once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the treasures of the Corrine exhibit. I mean, I even got to see Ms. Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for an entire year. She taught me how to use a whip, said I must show you what I've learned.
They are gay together, that is canon.
We are definitely gay together.
Desi and I started a company called Mask to Mask Consulting.
We're dedicating to stopping the evil plans of a criminal in the city.
Our motto is cut it out, please.
Pretty cute, huh?
Well, we also sell plans to the criminals as a kind of side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals. Stick through it, audience. It's worth it for Old Bag.
Mr. Wright, I want to thank you for exterminating the Don Tigre. I return the $500,000 sum. A special thick tea one I mix with my own two hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Win through compromise.
I'm just holding in the way. A wrinkly, grumpy, clown-nosed waste of flesh. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old, and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper. Nice.
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 I thought he was so much older.
Soil themselves silly.
As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Elg. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adam Mada, also a palindrome. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly.
Bye, more reporters. Since the murder was made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a great visual, and I can hardly wait for ours to come back. Wah ha ha ho ho ho.
That special thanks, I'd like to add DVD Smith to these special thanks. All the way.
Yes, DVD Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking legend.
You've turned into such a respectable man, Feeny. It was so sweet of you to come and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed.
Voice, all of these talented.
Voice.
Us.
Us.
That's me, love. I'm right here.
No, Ben Jones.
Scott Oswald for fucking a year and a half.
A year and a half. Oh, so many people. Tom Crowley, Tom Black, Tom Tuck, a lot of Toms.
That is not Christina, that is Louise Beresford.
The one and only Louise Beresford.
Thanks very much. Flick of the hair in the fringe, thank you.
That was Miles Hurley, and for the last episode, Jeremiah O'Connor.
They're actual voices for these, Chaz.
Yeah,
That's me, baby.
That's-
That was Rosanna fucking Super. None of that other bitch.
That was me. Chaz read it as Winston Payne. But Chrislip is an incredible surname.
Fucking hell, what's this? I'm back from long time in vacation. I guess what I was done, my little whippersnapper buddy quit. Now I've got no one. What kind of a lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be? What's all this flashing lights and switches? I feel super out of my depth. I'm going to put my helmet on and take it off in a sort of anxiety calming exercise. Bring them over to Edgy Poo. I'm going to lay my duties at his feet like a subordinate housewife in the 50s. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
I mean, oh god.
I finally found something I love to do. Francis Whiplash Splash is gonna turn the art world on its head. I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist, a really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all. I didn't even cry once.
That's nice.
Larry did that.
Oh, cheers, Larry.
Why am I so small? Anyone got any answers?
Because you're 19?
Oh yeah, forgot about that, Soz.
Notice you didn't paint me. Arsehole.
Who took the reference photo?
Oh, shit.
No happy ending for the judge.
And there we go, everybody. That is, for once and for all, the finale of La Theatre de Phe Nix. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Thank you so much for sticking with us through all of this. And it is time for the grandest of reveals. These are some of the wonderful voices, faces to the voices that you've been listening to. Here they are. Here are all of them. The wonderful people.
Are we on?
Yeah, yeah.
You see
You're on.
us?
Yeah.
Good grief.
People can see you on the stream. So
Oh,
whilst we're
hi.
here, let's do some plugs while we're here. We always end with some plugs. So, or plugs or thanks or whatever. First of all, let me thank all of these wonderful people for giving me their time for like a year and 3 months. This has been the dumbest but most beautiful thing in the world. Starting with our leading man, Scott Oswald, down in the corner.
Hello. You're right. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today and for a year and a half. And DVD Smith as well. We see you. Thank you. Famously, I don't really plug anything because I've got nothing to. But well, I'll plug like charity, like donate, donate, and also denote them. But I know what, I'll plug some stuff today. I wrote it down. So how I know Chaz is I'm in an improv group called Jack Left Town. We're a fake band. We improvise documentaries. It's good fun. Google us and you can find some stuff. I also do lots of stuff at the Free Association, which is an improv school in London.
We're doing a gig soon, aren't we, Scott?
We are, yep, Jack Left Town. I don't know when it is, Chaz.
No, neither do
I'm
I.
sure. Yeah, but again, Google it, you'll find it. But Free Association, I'm in a couple of shows there. One called Tacker Cat, which is an improvised palindrome. It's good fun. Doesn't sound it, but it is. And what's the other? I'm Not Here to Make Friends, which is like an improvised reality TV show, and other things like jacuzzis and other shows that they do. And I'm also in an improvised James Bond called Shaken Not Stirred, and other bits and bobs.
Well worth
that
watching.
pop up.
Scott do improv.
It's good fun. But thank you, Chaz. And I mean that. It's been really good fun. It's been something to do on Wednesdays. And yeah, just a round of applause for Chaz. Thank you.
Oh, pish posh. And now we're going to move on to probably the actor with the second highest hours logged on this project, the incredible, giving it her all consistently, Hannah Raymond Cox as Maya Fey. Incredible work.
Thank you so much for watching, for the people who've been watching. And I guess my plug is I am doing a really cool tabletop role-playing game where you, for a month, we are creating a beautiful wee world called Alongamy. And if you search Alongamy, which is A-long and then A-M-E, like a long game, you'll be able to find us or follow me on Twitter at Chala Out Loud. Basically, if you enjoy participatory, cozy, both Twitch streamed and on your own tabletop games, that's what I'm doing at the minute. We've had a mega horse show up to our last Twitch stream, so that was fucking sick. But more importantly, thank you for making my Wednesdays feel like Wednesdays throughout all of the pandemic. And having now been vaccinated, it feels very fitting that this is where things start wrapping up. So I just want to say thank you, Chaz, for casting and hosting and all the rest of it. And I'm getting choked up, so I'm going to shut up.
Okay, you're wonderful. Let's now do plugs from somebody who was in the first ever episode and has latched onto their character and kept it up, even though they pop up sporadically. Louise Beresford as Mia Fey.
Hey! Yes, latching onto that character. Yeah, from the get-go, from the first episode. It's insane. I can't believe, how long has it been? A year and a half?
Yeah, so we started in late March last year.
Year and 3 months.
That's insane. That this is like some of those things that you start and you're like, oh, this will be fun. It'll probably happen for like a month, and then no, here we are, a year and a half later. I have nothing to plug at the moment other than charity. Please give us charity. I mean, it's personal choice. I recommend the vaccine.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 vaccine.
Have mine. 10 out of 10. Get the vaccine, man.
Would vaccine again.
I mean, yeah, 100% would. Yeah.
No vaccine again. Chaz.
All right.
Yeah, you will.
Oh yeah, I will actually. Yeah, I will. Second jab. Yeah. Also, somebody who's been with us since the first ever episode, Jeremiah O'Connor as Larry Butts, also doing double duty to be the understudy for Godot. He got all of the monologues.
That was nuts. I was really glad to I was really glad actually lately that Larry's been popping up more. Because it's just been a lot of fun. It's genuinely been, it's always a joy, these Wednesdays. Again, I echo everyone by saying thanks so much, Jazz. It's just been a wonderful thing. How many stupid projects were started by desperate actors in the first week of lockdown that ended a month later? And somehow here we are a year and a half later, still going. I mean, it's over now, somehow. But yeah, amazing work. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, I've nothing to plug. I'm on various socials like everyone else, complaining and moaning and retweeting things. You can follow me there. Sometimes I post YouTube videos. Usually not, because I don't know what to say anymore, but maybe I will at some point. But yeah, get the vaccine and stay safe and give to charity, because I was for ages and then I couldn't afford to, and I will again when I can afford to. But do that, and be kind to people.
Wonderful.
But yeah, it's been a joy, and thank you, Chaz.
No worries. And speaking of people who were there from the first episode, but in the second half of the first episode, I remember, stayed with his character the whole way through, David Olwyn as Dick Gumshoe.
Yes. I'd like to shout out to every single one of my understudies who has jumped in.
Yeah, that is true.
Literally
everyone's had a go. I've had a go. Leo's had a go.
Frequently unavailable, but I'm so glad to finish this thing out. In I guess style. It's nearly midnight.
I mean, just everything about this final case. Gumshoe admitting that he wanted to be a wizard and willingly soiling himself. Just like,
yeah. I mean, it's all character beats. Apart from my understudies that I've been playing from the get-go. By the way, I read everything beforehand, and I've obviously been playing the character to the hilt. Apart from my understudies, I'd like to plug the fact that I'm actually going to doing some live theatre, which is wonderful. Doing the new diorama. Doing Crisis What Crisis with the wonderful Parabolic Theatre. It's a magnificent show. I can't remember the dates of it right now because it's nearly midnight and I've had 4 glasses of wine.
Yeah.
But there are dates. They're available. Just look at the new diorama. And I would also like to plug doing dumb shit with your friends, because this has been great. If anything this lockdown has taught me is do dumb shit with your friends. Commit. And good shit will come from it, because I never thought that a year and a half from when we did episode 1. I mean, I never doubted that from doing episode 1 that we would do this whole thing, but I don't think I understood what that meant. And it's meant that a year and a half later, I'm here with these wonderful people and with the wonderful people who have whose souls we have touched with our wonderful messages via the Phoenix Wright trilogy. So
to be fair, neither did I. I didn't expect it was gonna.
I'm plugging doing dumb shit for no reason.
There we go.
So
where would any trial be without the judge? Where would any trial be? And our judge for games 2 and 3 has been the incomparable Leo West, doing an incredible job. Like exhausted. So Leo, would you like to plug things and then go to bed?
Probably better off to have any judge except that one. Yeah, I have various things I could plug. I have a podcast called By the Way with Rob and Leo, which I have failed to update very much over the lockdown. It's about London history. It's a good laugh. I'm in an upcoming episode of your podcast, Chaz, the pilot seasons.
Yep.
So that's good. But I would also like to plug the rest of Chaz's Twitch stream, because not only has I've been watching this nonsense since the beginning. I've been with you. I've just been in the audience. And along with this, Chaz does regular Saturdays, regular Sundays, and to be honest, it has become such a part of my routine that he is now beholden to do it for the rest of my life.
It seems so.
I don't think I can let him quit, basically. So that's okay with you, Chaz?
Absolutely.
Right? For forever now.
Sure. Let's say yes.
Let's say yes.
Let's say yes. Who have we else got? in game 2, we were introduced to the absolute gay icon that is Franziska von Karma.
Hey.
And not just that, also taking over from game 2, the most batshit insane performance as Wendy Oldbag. Rosanna, super, baby.
Excuse me, that is Wendy Oldbag is me doing an impression of Scott. Truly imagine if that was the shade I was going to throw at this pivotal moment. Oh, what a dream. I'll plug my theatre company socials for no real reason. We've got a musical coming out soon, being mounted somewhere soon. We're sort of finalising dates. Airlock Theatre, at Airlock Theatre on everything that you might scroll through inanely every morning and every night. However, I do also want to not plug, just shout out Chaz's incredible ability to bring together groups of people that will, without a shadow of a doubt, get on. I find it so remarkable because I know, like, at birthday parties, occasions, I am anxious as hell when I am assembling a group of people to do a thing. And in the context of like something very low stakes, like just people meeting each other once, I am like just skyrocketing anxiety. But the fact that Chaz brought together an incredible group of 40 people to come together for an entire year and a few months to get to know each other, to hang out and to do this incredibly dumb thing. Just incredible. What a talent. What a damn talent. And what a beautiful trait to have as a human being, to be able to bring people together for the purposes of joy and comedy and like talking about being sick on portraits and shit like that. Just so good. So
it's
good.
all good, right?
Yeah, but otherwise, I got nothing else to plug. Be kind to your friends and lean on them when you need them. Because even though we're still opening up the world again, it's not quite plain to people. It's going to be a lot to adjust to. So lean on and look after your friends, even as we get back to normality.
Absolutely.
I thank you so much.
Absolutely. Three more plugs to go. We're going to move on to the wonderful Rachel Waring, who joined us in game 2 to play Morgan Fay and has come back time and time again to play, I think, over the course of these streams, I think you've played every single member of the Fay family at this point, Rachel?
Maybe not Maya?
I've never been Maya.
There's Mia, Maya, Morgan, Misty, and Pearl.
You know what? There's never been a consistent pronunciation, and I like that.
Yeah.
God, what am I meant to be? Right. Plugs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I would plug Threshold. It's a really cool underground immersive thing that is not the Doctor Who thing, that is really freaking cool, that is parabolic theatre. That we went to like the first night and it's just like totally get it. It's fantastic. The other thing I will plug is the same thing I plugged last time, which is opening yourself up to interaction can be really difficult. Understand opening yourself up and that anxiety, and limit your interaction accordingly. I have been doing so. It's been great. It's like have a house party, but have like 6 people.
Yes.
And you'll have a wonderful time.
Although every single cast member is invited to the after party. Somebody who joined us in season 3, Shari Monroy, did an instantaneously iconic performance as Desiree Delight, and came back to play Iris as well. Do you have any plugs?
On Sunday, on June 20th, Teatro Pomodoro is doing a crypto cabaret. It's also online, and if you check out my Instagram, which is Shari Not Shari, I'll post the details there. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me on board, Chaz. This truly got me through the latter half of lockdown, and I'm so lucky to have been roped into this.
I'm very lucky to have you on board. And last but certainly not least, debuting in our final case but delivering an instantly iconic performance. Even DVD Smith says just the voice makes him cry with laughter. Laura Sharples as Sister Bikini.
Thank you. I'd like to plug my Instagram. I am pips_lemon. And just, I want to say thank you, Chaz, for allowing me to be a drunk nun every Wednesday.
Yay!
Been a lot of fun.
All right. I'm going to go to a single on me. Everyone show love to these beautiful faces. I'll do a little wrap up. Here we go. All eyes on me again.
Thank you, Chaz.
Thank
you.
So, some quick plugs from me. I obviously stream 3 times a week. Please do like, subscribe if you can. I also have a podcast. Please do follow the podcast. I'm working on the 2nd episode. It will be out soon. All that's left to say is we will be raiding someone. I think, is anyone even online? Ashley Manning is online, and we're going to raid Ashley Manning. And it's a finale raid. So just say finale raid. That's all I ask from you. You are also going to see a list of credits. In those credits, you will see the names of every single person who has been involved with La Theatre de Phe Nix. Those are 40 names of people. So please do enjoy that. And thank you so much for tuning into La Theatre de Phe Nix. Genuinely the joy of my life to spend time with all of these talented people. So we're going to head to the after party now. It's sort of a cast and crew thing. So you can't come in, but we really appreciate you. Thank you so much, everyone. From your artistic director / creative genius, this has been La Theatre de Phe Nix. Snap to black. End of.
Yeah.